Hey, 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 who's ready to abandon that hope? Oh, man, that hope. It's getting abandoned tonight, right? Been dealing with audio issues for the last 3 hours or some shit. Is it fixed? I don't know. Hopefully. I goddamn hope it is. Oh, but that's antithetical to the show, right? Got to abandon that hope. So I guess I have no hope that the audio issue is fixed. I guess we'll see. I guess we'll goddamn see, right? If you guys can hear me, that's a good sign. That's part of a good sign. What is this? My mom sending me shit on Facebook. What the fuck? I don't want this. The video looks blurry and terrible. What? I'm looking right at it. It looks fine here. I don't know. Maybe you need to up your fucking thing, you know? Oh, yeah, what the fuck? It only fucking broadcasting up to 360p? The fuck is that? Why? Okay, let's see here. The video's good. Don't look good on my end. On my end, the fucking highest quality I can go to is 360p. Yours says 720? Okay, that must just be for this preview window then. I've never had to fuck with this before. Oh, okay. All right. Well, then that motherfucker's just a lying piece of shit. That's good. Oh, I need to go turn my AC unit off because it's fucking with my mic. Hold on. Thank you. Listening at work, squad, don't care about video quality, TJ. Good. Video seems fine. Yeah. I thought it was. That's good. Oh, you know, that motherfucker's just watching in 360p for some dumbass fucking reason, you know? You know how stupid people are. Yeah, they are. I guess that it's ableist for me to call stupid people stupid now. So I'm ableist. I don't know. I said that on Twitter. I was like, hey, I'm if calling stupid people stupid is fucking ableist, I'm ableist. And people are like, look at this guy bragging about being ableist. I'm like, well, like when you make it to where ableist is like what people should be, people are going to be ableist. You know what I mean? I don't like stupid people. I just don't. You know why? Because they ruin the fucking planet. They ruin my life. They ruin everyone's lives. Even their own. Stupid people suck. Fuck them. I don't care. If that makes me ableist, I'm ableist. And I'm proud of it. Fuck you. Can't tell if you are slightly red or that's just light. Yeah, there's light. There's red light coming in over there. If anything, I think it should be more. You know? Because I feel like at this level, it just looks like my face is red. Here, let me make adjustments. This is why I love you guys. A little closer, a little brighter maybe, you know? Oh yeah. Now it's more obvious that it's light and not my skin tone, you know? I feel like that's a good thing. Stupidity isn't disability, it's a choice. I mean, sometimes, you know, it can be both. You know what I mean? It can be both. But, you know, like when I say I hate stupid people, I'm not talking about like literal mentally incapacitated people. You know, if someone's like, Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't have a problem with that person, like, whatever, that's them. Okay, cool, right? Fucking rock on. I understand. They have a fucking issue. They have a fucking disability. I ain't talking about that. Talk about stupid people. Talk about people who don't give a fuck about thinking or caring about anything else in the world. They're just like, yeah, blithe, ignorant motherfuckers that don't care who they hurt, don't care what kind of fucking problems they create, just fucking blithely cannonball their way through existence, leaving a trail of wreckage in their wake because they don't give a fuck. They can't be bothered to look at what they're fucking doing. So that's what I'm talking about, 13 minutes late. No. Once it doesn't start when I arrive. It starts when the intro, when the stream starts, which the stream started like 9:01, 9:02, which is an acceptable amount of lateness. I'm not late when I'm 2 minutes late, okay? Especially not streaming. That shit don't always happen instantly, right? So fuck you, suck a dick, die of AIDS, blah, blah, blah. Do I think prostitution should be legal and why? I'm going to go with the George Carlin logic on that one. Selling is legal. Fucking is legal. Why isn't selling fucking legal? I don't know. We're supposed to own our bodies. I own mine, you own yours. That's like the way I think this works best. So following from that logic, if I as an entity want to sell my body to you as an entity for usage within certain agreed upon parameters, such as for, physical labor or sexual intercourse or whatever, that's my right to sell and your right to purchase. So prostitution, yes, 100%. Degeneracy, yeah, that's totally what I said. It's not like I laid out a fucking groundwork for that. I just said, no, cause me degenerate. But even if that was the reason, that's also a perfectly fine reason. The truth is I've never actually been to a prostitute. I don't know that I ever will go to a prostitute. So there's nothing there. I have no personal stakes in this. And even if prostitution is illegal, it's still super commonplace. I could get a prostitute anytime I wanted. So could you. So could any of us. It's that easy. It doesn't matter where you are. It doesn't matter how strict your local ordinances are, or any of that stuff, or how much has been cracked down upon. You can always get a fucking prostitute. Whether you're in the city, whether you are in fucking the countryside, you can always get yourself some kind of fucking prostitute, okay? Is always around somewheres. There's the massage parlor, the 3 towns over with the Asian ladies, Or there's the fucking, maybe there's the street walkers by the fucking factory. I don't know. There's something. There's the fucking escort ad in the paper. There's some fucking goddamn way you could fucking do it, no matter what part of the country you're in, no matter what the fuck is going on. So, what is it being illegal accomplishing? What it's accomplishing is, let's fucking push the entire fucking industry underground where it can not be fucking regulated. Same thing we do with drugs. Like, we push the industry underground, we can't regulate it. And that's why people fucking end up dying. That's why fucked up shit ends up happening. Fucking bring it. If you got a marketplace, bring it above ground. Regulate that son of a bitch. Keep it regulated. Fucking put some fucking laws in place. Get yourself a fucking forward-thinking government that is, beholden to the will of the people to regulate it. To protect the fucking sex workers, to protect the fucking clientele, to protect everybody. Why the fuck should people have to be risking danger to go get some fucking paid-for pussy? Why the fuck should the person providing that paid-for pussy be in danger? There's no goddamn good reason. Fuck that. I'd be a good pimp. Well, you know what? A pimp shouldn't even be a fucking position that exists. You know? It shouldn't exist because the government should be the pimp. The whole reason that the pimp exists is to fucking provide protection for the fucking prostitute. But most of the time, she needs fucking protecting from his ass. That's why the government needs to be the one that fucking protects it. The law needs to be the one that fucking protects it. You know, it needs to be like any other fucking business transaction. You go into the fucking, you know, Kmart or whatever the fuck and start slapping around the employees. They don't have special fucking K-pimps that come out and get you. That's the fucking purview of the goddamn police and shit. Should be the same for a fucking prostitute. You start smacking around the prostitute without her consent, because maybe you've arranged that already. If that's what you've arranged, no fucking judgment from me. She's okay getting smacked. You're okay doing the smacking. Everybody's fucking happy. She's being financially compensated for exactly what she knows she's going to be doing. Fucking rock on. Have at it. Have a good old fucking grand old goddamn time. But you start smacking around somebody you don't want to be smacked around, the fucking law gets involved. The government gets involved. If we regulate it, then wealthy Johns might be held accountable for abusing sex workers. Right. Fucking bring it above ground. Bring it above board. Make it fucking part of the goddamn system. Because you know what? The system ain't always perfect. In fact, it's got a lot of goddamn flaws. But it's usually better than being underground. It's usually better than what happens when you fucking make it impossible to do something legally. When you say, oh, this activity is illegal now. The only activities that should be illegal are the ones that literally you just like, there's no fucking way to minimize the harm. Like, you can't fucking make murder legal because there's no way we'll figure out a way that people can safely practice murder. Like, you can't fucking do it. So, just it has to be illegal. You know? But prostitution, drugs, that kind of stuff, that should totally be legal. It should totally be legal. If we regulate, yeah. You want to be a brothel owner, not a pimp? Sure. Okay, you know, look, I'm not really a big fan of the whole owner class kind of thing. I feel like if there's a bunch of prostitutes working at a brothel, then that brothel should belong to them. Maybe there should be some sort of manager of that brothel, but I don't think there should be an owner of that brothel. I think it should be owned collectively by the people who work there. The same thing I believe about any business. You know, that's how I think society should be organized. Make sure to watch your PSA about safe murder. Yeah. You can't do it. A brothel is a great opportunity for a worker co-op. I mean, fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Everything is, though. All businesses are. You know? And I mean, look, I understand that there might be certain instances where, you know, if you're running a software company or something, maybe the guy that comes in and fucking cleans the toilets every night, you know, doesn't need the same sort of representation as like your top fucking developer or something. But yeah, I mean, like, everybody should have a little fucking taste. You know, everybody should have a little fucking something there. I don't know. We'll fucking, you know, these are the kind of things you could fucking work out. I don't even know for sure that capital is the way people should be compensated. I kind of think that it leads to too many problems, but I don't have a fucking, I don't have an alternative yet, so I'm still wrapping the old fucking noodle around that one. I refuse to read into the other guys who already have thought about this. You know, people are like, you read Marx, you read Engels, I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out on my own. Fuck them. If they'd figured it out, we'd already be there. It's time for, I'm smarter. Come on. Let's be real. I had a really bad mushroom trip the other day. I thought I was going insane or dead. Yeah. Well, I don't know how you thought you were going dead. Like, I'm going dead. Yeah, You wouldn't be able to think if you were going dead. You can always comfort yourself with that. Am I still aware of things happening? Well, then I'm not dead. Paid-in chickens, they are delicious. Yeah, everyone loves chickens. Why not? Solve the incel problem? I don't know. I think the incels, they're like they hate themselves, but at the same time, they're like too proud to suck it up and go to a prostitute because like they already have that option available to themselves. Like for some reason, they just won't do it. It's like why I think they don't even really want to get laid. I think they'd rather just sit around and bitch about it because it's like you can just fucking hire a prostitute, guy. You can fucking get your dick wet like this afternoon. Just fucking do it. She won't, and it's like judgment free because what does she give a shit? You know? Just fucking do it. A government-funded Hoes for Bros program. Well, no, the problem is no woman actually wants to fuck these incels. But yeah, maybe the government can just pay certain prostitutes to pretend to be interested in these incel guys. You know, to save us all. Like, you're saving lives, ladies. You know? Government fucking sees, monitors their online activity. When it starts to fucking detect, like, shooter vibes, it sends a prostitute over. To fucking do some kind of goddamn porno scenario where she's like, I'm here to fix the cable or whatever. And he's like, oh, cable's not broken. Who has cable anymore? But whatever. You get the fucking point. And, eventually one thing leads to another. She comes in there, sucks his dick. All of a sudden, his online posts are a little bit less fucking, graphic. A little bit less school shootery, A big portion of online incels are really just trad cons that aren't able to attract trad wives. Yeah. See, that's the problem. That's the problem. These guys are desperate for sex, but they hate sluts. Like, you're in... That's literally you're literally fucking insane at that point. You want sex. That's what you want most out of life. I just want to fucking... Why a girl doesn't fuck me? And then there's these girls out there that are called sluts that pretty much will fuck anybody because they just love sex. But you don't want sex with them. Because then it's not special. It's like, you're not special, bitch. That's what the fuck the real problem is. You're not special. You're just some average looking doofus with an average fucking brain and an average fucking temperament and just there's nothing special about you. And so the girl that you can get is not your dream girl, but just some slut or some fucking underwhelming fucking bitch that's just every bit as unimpressive as you are. But you don't want that. You think you deserve the fucking big-tittied, big-assed hottie that you fucking say, oh, and she's going to fucking be faithful to you and fucking not even think about any other guys. She's going to bake you apple pies and stuff. It's like, What have you done? What have you fucking done to deserve that? You fucking suck, dick. You're fucking trash compared to that. You don't get that. Settle for what you get. Quit your fucking whining. It's not fair. Yeah. Go get yourself a fucking prostitute. Go get yourself a slut. Or go get yourself a fucking ugly bitch. Those are your options. Or stop whining. Just stop whining like a little bitch. Or you know what you guys could do? Maybe you guys could fucking form little incel co-ops, Maybe you pool all your resources together, like 10 of you, and then you got one trad wife that fucking, she jumps between all, it's separate, You get to live your little fantasy every 10th day, when it's your day in the rotation, Obviously, she's not really much of a trad wife. She's fucking 10 guys, but, you can pretend. You can use your imagination a little bit, 10-day rotation, Every fucking 7th day, that's when you get to go into the big house and pretend you're the big man, and she'll fucking, fetch your slippers and rub your feet and fucking get you your fucking pipe and shit. And you can pretend you're in a fucking, You know, Father Knows Best rerun or some shit. Get the incel co-op going. That's what I'm talking about. The simultaneous entitlement and lack of self-awareness of these people. I know, right? Super entitled. You know? A lot of these motherfuckers are conservatives too, by the way. This is really funny to me. Because it's like when, you know, people act like they're entitled to like health care. You know, something that people literally need to live, or like entitled to like food, clothing, shelter, like the basic necessities of life. These same motherfuckers would have it sing a totally different tune. Oh, you're pathetic. Oh, you're just entitled. But they feel entitled to like other sentient beings with their own fucking thoughts and desires and will should just sleep with me because why? Because I want it. And that's it. Maybe the sex robots are the solution, you know? Maybe the sex robots are the solution. All right, so here's where we really put this audio shit to the test, guys. I am going to attempt to play this. I'm going to need to let you guys are going to need to let me know if you can hear it.
Lee, it's good to have you here. Thanks for being on.
Nice to be with you.
Let me just get your broad perspective.
Are you guys hearing that? You can hear it? You can hear it? You can hear it? Okay, cool. Thank fucking is enough, really. I was going to say God, but fuck God. Thank fucking that worked. Whew. An incel can better himself as a person. TJ, it has happened many times. Well, then good. Great. Then go fucking do it. I don't care. What did I say against that? What did I even say contrary? Like, you're coming at me like that's a disagreement with something I said. When did I ever say they couldn't? When was I ever like, oh, and by the way, incels, there's nothing you can do to improve yourself. Anyone can improve themselves. Of course they can. First step, stop being a fucking incel. You know, when you improve yourself to the point where you're no longer an incel, that's when I'll be fucking impressed. A little quiet. You're a little quiet, you punk-ass, punk-ass bitch.
Lee, it's good to have you here.
How about this?
Thanks for being on.
Nice to be with you.
Let me just get
loud.
your broad perspective first of
All right, that looks like it's fucking good. That looks like it's hitting a good place. TJ taking offense for no reason. What again? Fuck you, bitch! Fuck you! Punk-ass motherfucker. Boom. I'm not quite ready to fucking watch videos yet. I'm not quite ready to watch them yet, so... But we're getting to it in a second here. I want to talk to you guys for another minute here. And then I'm going to take a piss. And then I'm going to come back. And then we're going to fucking watch some fucking videos. And really get into the fucking hope. The business of abandoning our hope. But yeah, I want to chat with you guys a little longer, you know? And then I want to take a piss. That's what I want to do. Is this the guy who cries, lol? I think he cries in a different interview than this. You guys think this scarf looks good? I'm gonna go with this scarf here. Yeah, that looks nice. Teacher, ever an incel in your edgy teen days? I mean, we didn't have no incels back then, all right? You know, if you couldn't get laid, there wasn't no fancy little term for it, like, oh, I'm an incel. Like, you're just a loser. You know, you just couldn't get laid or whatever. Am I still writing my book? I listened to the first half of my book the other day. And I was planning on listening to some more of it, maybe tonight, maybe tomorrow night. Try to listen to the rest of it. Kind of give myself an idea of like what I've written so far. And hopefully that will shake loose what needs to be written next. Because I'm kind of just like stuck. But you know. Yeah, you know how it goes. Anyway. Anyone have any questions? Or does anyone want to... anyone who's watching this that's like got something that they want to send me, you can send it to me. Maybe I'll just go over with you guys what I've got. So you guys kind of have an idea what we're going to look at tonight. And it's not guaranteed we'll get to all this stuff. But I maybe take a little quick gander at what I've got selected here for you. But if you guys have anything you want to send me, I think I can just open my Twitter here. My Twitter DMs are always open. So if there's something that you fucking know about that you're kind of like, ooh, I wish you'd fucking watch this, then, damn. One of you guys just sent me a fucking cosplay of Harley Quinn with some big-ass titties. So thank you to that person. But yeah, if you want to... I gotta close that. It's gonna keep distracting me. If you guys want to, send me something on my Twitter, it's there. Let's go ahead and take a look at what we got selected here for tonight, so you guys kind of have an idea. So this is billionaire investor Lee Cooperman, who everyone's least favorite fucking person on the planet right about now. On GameStop, this is not going to end well for the public. Aw. You look at the ratings down here, it has 1.4 thousand thumbs up, 16,000 thumbs down. So I'm sure this is a fun clip. I have popular Hollywood movies that are accidentally conservative by Ben Shapiro. And I heard that this video in particular is really fucking bad and really dumb, even for him. I have a Steven Crowder video that is supposed to be super cringe, according to some people. It's supposed to be some kind of 300 parody going on. I don't even... We'll get to that, I guess. I haven't looked at it, but I've heard things. This is a video from Right Wing Watch, which says Scott Lively says Trump was too pro-gay, so God removed him from office. Okay. This is another gay story. Second grader expelled over crush on girl at Owasso private school. Thankful for community support. I don't know what the fuck. Some kind of lesbian crush get some girl kicked out of school. This is the podcast of the Lotus Eaters, which I guess features Carl Benjamin, also known as Sargon of Akkad. I believe that this minute marker was selected because he says something there that is worthy of commenting upon. This is about the unprecedented censorship of that is taking over the American media. Tucker Carlson. I have 10 fucking facts about unions from Amazon. Amazon fucking, this is from doitwithoutdues.com. This is like 10 facts about joining a union, according to Amazon.com. This chick says that anti-capitalism is anti-vegan. So she's going to explain that premise to us around here. Why anti-capitalism is anti-vegan. I don't know how that works. I got another Ben Shapiro video, also about movies. This is him bitching about people not liking his movie. And I have this guy. Doesn't have a lot of views or ratings or anything, but it is directly to me. It says on capitalism against the amazing atheist. And so I'm thinking that this might be a good one. So I have all that. If there's anything else you guys want me to take a look at and you didn't submit anything earlier, like I said, my Twitter DMs are open. I will be taking a look at that stuff. And, that's what we're going to do. He did a lot of these. Who did a lot of what now? Vosh covered this. Well, Vosh streams 70 hours a day and 365 days a week and 3,000 days a year. So, yeah, I'm sure he probably has covered some of these. You want to send me ones he hasn't covered? You go ahead. Twitter DMs are open. I think Sargon of Akkad channel is dead now, and that this new channel. I know he has a channel called The Thinkery. I was unaware of the Lotus Eaters. I don't know what the deal with that one is. Made a poll, go vote. Made a poll, go vote. I don't know what the poll that Kuhlman made is. Let me see. What is it? Oh, he made a video of all the stuff? I wasn't really... I mean, I guess you could... Yeah, whatever. Go vote. Yeah, tell me which one you fucking interest you the most. La da 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 da. While you guys are voting, I am going to go to the bathroom. I'll be back in one moment. All righty. Let's see what we got here. So I will go ahead and arrange these as you guys have voted. Looks like Ben Shapiro talks about movies is the most interest. Looks like some guy rants about TJ is the second most interesting thing. Union Facts from Amazon is the third most fascinating thing. Ben Shapiro cries about bad reviews is the fourth most interesting thing. Billionaire cries about GameStop. Yeah, that's the fifth most interesting thing. Second grader expelled for lesbian crush. Tucker cries about censorship. Steven Crowder as a Spartan. Oof. Some weirdo says Trump was too pro-gay. Yeah. Sargon of Akkad podcast. And vegan rants about anti-capitalism is the least interesting thing. So, there we go. We have officially put these in order. Thank you guys for voting. Thank you guys for helping select the order in which these will go. So, now that we've established all that, let's go ahead and dive into some of this content, right? Okay. This is Ben Shapiro. Popular Hollywood movies that are accidentally conservative. Oops, we accidentally made a conservative movie. So one they always like to say is The Dark Knight, so I predict that will be in here. I don't know what else is going to be in here. We're going to find out Let's take a look.
Why so many of your favorite movies are secretly conservative. Just want to give a shout out to our friends over at Raycon for sponsoring this video. You want the best pair of wireless earbuds on the market? Raycons are the ones.
Hi, I'm John Krasinski, and I'm hosting SNL with Machine.
I don't. Let's go on forward. Oopsie doopsie. Okay, here we go.
Why so many movies?
I forgot that there was going to be a massive shill sesh at the beginning of that, you know? Speaking of that, Amazing Atheist is brought to you by... I might actually put an ad there, but anyway, we're going to fucking...
Movies generally are conservative, even though they don't mean to be. Let's start with A Quiet Place.
A Quiet Place? Okay. Let me think. What's the justification for this going to be? A Quiet Place. How is that one conservative? Because everybody has to shut up or else they'll be attacked by a monster. I guess the monster is like kind of like you're spending Thanksgiving at your conservative family's house or something, and you know, you got to keep quiet about your political opinions or else they'll pounce on you. But that makes the conservatives out to be the monsters. So maybe it's the other way around. You go to your liberal family's Thanksgiving, and then you can't talk about how Trump is the God Emperor. Otherwise, people are argue with you. So it's like, you got to be quiet. You got to be quiet. Who knows better what it's like to be silent than conservatives? I don't know. I want to see what the fuck.
A Quiet Place was released to overwhelmingly positive reviews.
Positive
John DeFore from Hollywood Reporter said, quote, "Scenes of what passes for ordinary life let the screenplay focus on mom and dad's attempts to educate their son and daughter while never letting them forget how dangerous their lives are. One thinks of what we hear from parents of black boys, raising them to be normal and happy, but hyper-vigilant about the way they are perceived by others." That's a pretty wild and deep read right there from the Hollywood Reporter.
This is a black thing.
Wait a minute. Pretty wild and deep read from them. You're about to tell me how apparently this is like a conservative film, so I don't know if you have any room to talk about people reading too deeply into shit, because I'm pretty sure it's just a movie about how, like, monsters kill you if you make a sound.
Isn't it?
The box office on this movie, enormous. It was a very low-budget film. It made $340 million at the box office. Numbers that are not going to be paralleled in the new post-COVID era. For those who haven't seen the movie, there's a family that has to live in silence because there are these mysterious aliens that hunt by sound. So any sound draws the aliens, knowing that even the slightest whisper or footstep can bring death.
Whatever.
Evelyn and Lee, those are the parents, are determined to find a way to protect their kids while desperately searching for a way to fight.
Okay, yeah, that's great. How's it conservative?
Being with child in a horror apocalyptic setting, those reactions miss the actual deeply profound nature of the story. The entire concept of the film is rooted in the risk that is going to take place in the last third of the film when mom actually has the baby. This is about the idea that even when you have a pretty good reason not to have a kid, you should still have a kid. And take life-altering risk in order to have that kid. So unintentionally, the movie's incredibly pro-life. Okay, but that is not the only main...
They have to repopulate the fucking planet, okay? Like, most of humanity in the context of that movie has been wiped the fuck off the face of the earth. And also, like, there's no safe way for her to have... Like, she can't just go to fucking Planned Parenthood and get rid of the fucking kid. She would literally have to, like, do some coat hanger shit. So, like, what are you... What? Context is totally different there. And the whole thing about abortion is not like, we should abort every kid. That's not what pro-life... That's not what the pro-choice fucking position is. It's pro-choice. Meaning, you get to choose whether or not you want to have the kid. That's the whole point. This woman chose to have that kid. Not that she had many good options otherwise, because she's living in a fucking post-apocalypse where there's goddamn sound monsters fucking running around. Okay. But, okay.
Mainstream Hollywood film that has received all sorts of critical plaudits and is actually pretty conservative. Hey, how about Soul? So Soul...
That's it? Wait, what? That's it? That's the only reason? Because she has a kid in the movie? She has a kid even though, like, it's dangerous. Pretty conservative, huh? Like, how? How, dog? What? Okay. Soul.
Just came out. This is
Okay,
the
yeah, I
new
saw
Jamie
Soul.
Foxx Pixar movie. The film is about a New York jazz pianist named Joe.
I saw it.
He suddenly finds himself trapped
It was all right. It wasn't as good as, like, Up or Wall-E or fucking something like that, but it's all right.
in a strange land between Earth and the afterlife. When he falls down a manhole and apparently dies, in trying to hold back his own death with whatever it takes, he ends up stumbling into the great before in a magical reinterpretation of life.
All right, yeah. I know what happens in the movie. Tell me why it's a conservative movie. All right, here we go.
Final touch. And then they are placed into human bodies. Life exists both before and after life. And before
Same argument. It's just like, oh, it's pro-life. It's pro-life because it says that we have a consciousness before. Yeah, it also says toys are conscious, dude. That's the fucking premise of Pixar's toys. Like, you're taking, like, didn't you just at the beginning of this say people were reading too much into shit? This is reading way too much into shit. You're not supposed to watch the movie and literally think, this movie is saying that this is how reality works, that we have this great before and that's where our soul, like, it doesn't, you're taking it too fucking literal, brah. Okay? This is such a fucking stretch. If you're going to take movies this literally, then you'd have to believe that Pixar is also saying that if you throw your toys away, then you're fucking basically committing genocide because toys are sentient. Toys are conscious because that's the premise of fucking Toy Story, okay? So just because Pixar has as a fucking plot conceit in a kid's film that souls have a personality before they're even born, that doesn't mean that Pixar is saying that that is literally true. It's a fucking plot device for a children's cartoon. Apparently, Edge just won the Royal Rumble. So to Peyton, my assistant, who was so insistent that The Fiend was going to win the Royal Rumble, wrong again. Told you it wasn't going to happen. So anyway.
Before a child is born, there is life.
Oh, yeah. Okay, what else? What else you got?
For those who missed it, the film follows a linguistics professor named Louise Banks. She works with the military to communicate with alien life forms after mysterious
I've not seen this one.
appear around the world.
So I'll have to actually watch this premise here.
Banks and her crew are racing against time to find a way to communicate with the extraterrestrials.
Aliens, yeah.
It's a really sophisticated and interesting film. Now, during the film, we keep seeing what we think are flashbacks of Louise with her daughter, right? From birth, through a short childhood, and up until her daughter dies at a young age from a fatal disease. And you think that these are flashbacks, that Louise, because she has experienced this pain, she now has the capacity to speak to the aliens in a different way and see the world in a different way. Okay, but that's not actually what happens in the film. Those are flash forwards. That because Louise is communicating with the aliens, and the aliens have the capacity to see into the future, Louise knows throughout the process that she is going to have a child, and that the child is going to die at an early age. And she knows that if she gets together with this other guy working with her, who's played by Jeremy Renner, that she's going to have this kid. This kid is going to live, suffer, and then die. And she decides to go through with it anyway. I have not seen a more pro-life message in any movie because
I mean, I will agree that that's kind of a pro-life message, but to me, it just shows how stupid the pro-life position actually is. You know? I mean, I know going into this and conceiving this child that is going to live a short, miserable life and die, yet I'm still going to do that. That makes you a piece of shit. That's not a good thing. That's not a positive message. I haven't seen the movie. Maybe I'm missing some context, but that sounds insane to me. Next, are all these just going to be pro-life things, by the way? Like, here's how I fucking stretch this to be pro-life. Here's how I stretch this to be pro-life. What is this one? Tangerine? Never heard of it. Next. What else we got? Another ad. Okay, cool. Is it just all ad for me? Okay, Lord of the Rings. All right, let's hear it.
Are very conservative. Death of Stalin is very conservative. I can't believe that any of the people who made those films are actually openly conservative. They're not. So why do filmmakers in Hollywood keep making films with conservative themes that
Well, none of those are conservative. But
contradict their actual political ideology? And why do liberals in Hollywood keep responding to the conservative themes? Well, here is the thing.
Because none of them are even conservative themes. You're insane. You're just a lunatic. Here's why. Because you're a fucking lunatic, and none of what you just said made any sense whatsoever. That's why this keeps happening. Because you're just sitting down to a movie about fucking space aliens, and somehow by the end of it, you walk out like, oh, good conservative message. It's like, what? No. Try again. Oh, no. I mean, yeah, if you're fucking looking for it, you can find it. Sure, if you're eyes wide open for a fucking conservative message, oh, you're going to find one. Anyway.
When you look at the structure of story is inherently bent toward conservatism. Why? Because
what? I almost just went on and skipped to the next video. I'm so fucking glad I didn't. Please justify that statement to me.
it has to contrast virtue with non-virtue. So
no, it doesn't. There's nothing inherent to the structure of story where it has to compare virtue to non-virtue. There's plenty of stories about characters that are just pieces of shit that go up against other pieces of shit. What about Breaking Bad or Dexter or something like that? You know what I mean?
So start with the Aristotelian idea of the tragic hero. The tragic hero, who's a feature in nearly every piece of content for thousands of years, is a person of virtue who has a tragic flaw. The tragic flaw is exploited and the hero falls. The basic idea there is a couple of things. One, you have a person who actually is virtuous, right? There is a difference between acting virtuously and not acting virtuously. Then the hero has a flaw.
What am I fucking listening to? What is virtue to you, Ben?
His virtue. That flaw leads to his downfall because the world is a fair and just place in which flaws, tragic as they may be, end up condemning and consigning people to bad fates. Right? So
that's not how it works at all. That's not how it works in reality. That's not how it works in most fiction. There's plenty of fucking characters who their fucking character flaw propels them to fucking success and prosperity. Usually until usually eventually the fucking square-jawed hero fucking comes and blows them away. But before that, they accrued all kinds of wealth and power and shit. And in real life, the square-jawed hero never shows up to fucking blow them away.
So there are inherent values in story.
But we're talking about story structure, not real life. Fair enough.
And more colloquially and more commonly, people in the entertainment industry tend to circulate around The Hero's Journey by Joseph Campbell. He wrote a book called The Hero with a Thousand Faces, in which he laid out what he thought was sort of the mythic structure.
Right.
And this is present in nearly every film. The one that most famously it is present in is Star Wars. Right? The entire Star Wars Episode 4 is rooted in the hero's journey. There are a bunch of steps along this way that are inherently conservative. Again,
that's fair enough. That's all reasonably true. Well, you know, the hero's journey, not all fucking, I don't even know that the majority of films conform to the hero's journey, but I mean, like, the hero's journey is a pretty vague story structure, so a lot of stuff at least partially conforms to it. Fair enough.
In order to have heroes, you have to have villains. In order to have heroes and villains, you have to have values. So the idea of a moral...
Yeah, well, you could have... But they could... A movie is not defined... Like, conservatives don't have, like... They don't own values. They don't own the concept of having a value. There are liberal values. There are leftist values. There are conservative values. There are values that have nothing to do with the fucking person's political affiliation whatsoever. The fucking very concept of there being values present in a story does not make that story inherently conservative, because values are not inherently conservative, you dumb fuck. Anyway.
Relativism in which there is no right and there is no wrong, and we have to understand every side of the story, and every side of the story inherently is kind of, like, that is boring. Nobody's all that interested in it, and it doesn't work on film. Then there is
what? Moral ambiguity doesn't work on film? Considering different sides of a conflict doesn't work on film? There's about 1 billion contradictions to that fucking premise, dog. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of movies that are just black and white, good guys and bad guys. That does exist. You know, those can be popular. Those do well. But there's also movies where there's lots of shades of gray. You know?
There's the problem in all storytelling of free will. It turns out that the most boring type of story is one in which you know what is going to happen at the end of the story. And in fact,
Well, if that were true, then the box office receipts for these Marvel action movies would not be as astronomical as they currently are.
It is going to happen no matter what the hero does because the hero is not in control. One of the key elements of the hero's journey is that the hero has to take control of his own life, right? He has
So I see a lot of people in the chat saying Boogie Nights is a conservative movie because it's free market capitalism and libertarianism. I don't know. I mean, I feel like really the capitalist enterprise that exploited that dude, I forget what his name is in the movie, Dirk Diggler, I think, something like that. I feel like it leads to a pretty bad place for him overall. I feel like you see a lot of the pitfalls involved in capitalistic enterprise in that film. But I mean, I guess you could fucking, I guess you could just focus on the more romantic elements of the story.
A hero's journey, a hero's arc, in which he goes from somebody who doesn't want to be involved to somebody who not only is thrust into involvement, but becomes the active participant in his own story. That person is going to have to overcome obstacles. If the obstacles are overcome for him, he's not the hero.
How's that conservative?
If the hero
how's any of that conservative? You're just you're describing some fucking very generalized statements about story structure, not all of which are even true, and just saying like, well, there's values present in the story, therefore it's a conservative story. It's like, what if they're fucking not conservative values? Like, doesn't it matter more what the values are rather than just that there are values? I don't even... Okay. Well, you're insane, sir. We already knew that, but, it's good to have it cemented. Boogie Nights being pro-Republican is funny. I mean, I can kind of see what they're saying with it. There's kind of an element of capitalistic sort of veneration there, I guess. The Lion King is conservative because they want to keep the hyenas out, just like the Mexicans. I can kind of see that, honestly. Like, that's a more compelling fucking one for me. The Lion King, yeah. Because the whole thing is like, the Pride Land is prosperous. And it's under the control of a fucking king. So you got like a monarch, a wise, benevolent monarch that rules over everybody. And then you have some power-hungry upstart who wants to make lions and hyenas equal and let the underclass hyenas into the fucking nice Pride Lands. And then he kills the king, takes power, does this integration, and that integration destroys society. And then the son of the rightful king comes back, kicks the hyenas back out, and everything is just magically okay again and wonderful. And the plants come back and the animals come back and everything's just instantly restored. So, yeah, I mean, I can definitely see a conservative bent in The Lion King. Its plot is inherently, like, xenophobic and pro-classist. So, yeah, I could see that there. The Lion King has kind of a fucking conservative bent for sure. Yeah, it also revolves around obeying a hierarchy where everyone has their place, Skeptical Jesus pointed out. Yeah. So The Lion King, extraordinarily conservative movie if you really think about it. With a few little nods to liberals, like, the hero being raised by the gay couple of Timon and Pumbaa and shit, doing a little bowing down to some id-pol shit, long as that fucking warthog realizes his ass could still be lion chow any fucking second now and is okay with that status quo. Yeah, Lion King is fucking conservative as fuck. But those movies Ben Shapiro we're talking about, not even remotely conservative. Trying to think what other movies have conservative fucking bents, Well, a lot of super old movies are obviously conservative because they're fucking pushing that like 50s mentality and shit. Star Wars is literally about a rebel force fighting an authoritarian faction. It being conservative is ludicrous. Yeah, but you got to remember that these guys think they're the new punk rock. You got to remember that conservatives are out there literally fucking like, we're the new punk rock and we're going to stick it to the man. Like, even as they fucking take more and more power for themselves, even when they had the presidency, even when they fucking had the courts, even when everything was going their way, It was still like, we're fucking the downtrodden and we're fucking fighting the powers that be in the deep state and all that, you know? So they're just always perpetually, oh, we're the victims. So they really do think of themselves as the rebels. Even as they are the Empire, they fucking cast themselves as the rebels. The Exorcist is super conservative in that it pushes for Catholicism. Like, Catholicism is obviously super conservative as a religion. The Exorcist is probably the most pro-Catholic film that's ever garnered that kind of attention, that kind of influence. The film basically fillets the Catholic Church. So I guess you could say The Exorcist has a conservative lean to it in that regard. The Incredibles, a big deal is made about how The Incredibles is a conservative film. I don't really see it. People say like, oh, it's really modeled after the Ayn Rand philosophy. Like, I with all due respect, I think people who say that have never read fucking Ayn Rand. Because the very idea of a superhero is anti-Ayn Rand. The very idea of having a special ability and using it to help other people is anti-Ayn Rand. The very idea that a guy, that the hero of this film is working at an insurance company and he's actually helping people screw the insurance company over and is fighting for the little guy, that's pretty fucking anti-Ayn Rand. Ayn Rand would be like, on the side of the evil guy that runs the insurance company. Ayn Rand would be on the side of the guy that fucking sued the superhero for saving him against his will. So Ayn Rand would be on the fucking side of Syndrome, the great entrepreneur who fucking, built an empire and was a greedy cocksucker and shit. Like, that's the Ayn Rand hero. So I don't fucking get this idea that the Incredibles is some love letter to Ayn Rand. It's not. It's just fucking not. There might be a few, I guess that people get kind of fucking, the reason they think that is because they get suckered in by the fucking message of, well, what about exceptional people feeling the need to dumb themselves down to fit in with the world or whatever the fuck. And people are like, oh, that's a conservative message. I don't think that's a conservative message. I don't think that's a leftist message or a liberal message. I think that's a message that goes out to, that's just a human message that goes out to fucking people, right? And the fucking final idea of the movie is not that, that you need to fucking just flaunt how exceptional you are at all times, right? Like, they fucking let Dash be in the fucking race, but they tell him he's got to place third or whatever the fuck, So, I don't know. I feel like there's kind of a balance there, but whatever. I think individualism is oftentimes lumped in with conservatism. But really, conservatives are very collectivistic. If you look at how they actually behave, they talk a big game about individualism, just like they talk a big game about freedom of speech. But like when push comes to shove, they're not really very individualistic and they're not really very pro-freedom either. So, I think that maybe conservatives want to see some aspect of themselves in The Incredibles, but I honestly don't really think it's there. And I certainly don't think Ayn Rand is there. Is Alien conservative? Let's see. I think you'd really have to struggle hard to find much of a political bent in Alien. I don't think so. I mean, I don't know. Maybe you could fucking find, it'd be a real stretch to find any sort of like left or right values. I guess you could say there's a little bit of a leftist thing in there in that the corporation that they all work for is kind of evil and they're all kind of working class, and it fucking puts them at risk without even, informing them. So I guess that there's that kind of fucking thing going there. So I guess you could kind of make maybe a little bit of a fucking lefty or liberal message, but RoboCop is pretty. Oh, RoboCop is fucking super left. So is Starship Troopers. You know, they both kind of show these over-the-top depictions of fascism to kind of give us an idea of why we shouldn't want to live in a fascist society. I think RoboCop is like our 1984. When people are like, man, it's like 1984, they need to stop with that. Then you'd be like, man, this is like RoboCop. Because it is. It's way more like RoboCop than it's 1984, guys. RoboCop is my favorite movie of all time. RoboCop is a great fucking film. Starship Troopers, the book, is pro-military, though. Yeah, but the movie is not at all. The movie is basically, I forget what his name is. Oh, fuck. Oh, god damn, what's the fucker's name? You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Guy that did RoboCop and Starship Troopers. Oh, man, I usually know his name. It's just fucking slipped my fucking mind. Someone knows it. Come on, guys. Anyway, that guy fucking read the first, like, chapter of fucking Starship Troopers and was like, this is garbage. Yeah, Paul Verhoeven. Paul Verhoeven read a little bit of Starship Troopers and like, the fascist garbage. I'm making my own story. And he basically goes the exact opposite with it. You know? Because the guy who wrote Starship Troopers, the book, is, you know, super, like, pro-conservative, pro-fascism kind of shit. And Paul Verhoeven basically shit all over that message and, like, did this over-the-top critique of fascism, which, by the way, fascists still like. Because I've definitely heard from people that I would consider to be more of that authoritarian persuasion, that they think the idea of you have to serve in the military in order to vote. They think it's like, oh, yeah, like that's a great idea the Starship Troopers had. It's like, you realize that movie is criticizing that, right? No, you don't. Okay, cool. Gotcha. You know, you might notice that the world of Starship Troopers is not a wonderful paradise, but I guess if that's I mean, I don't know. Maybe fucking satire is just lost on people because, like, you know, you show a fascist dystopia and they're looking at it like, wow, utopia. It's like, oh shit. Oops. The best scene in that movie is the guy who says, the military made me the man I am today, and it pans down and he has no legs. Yeah, like, I don't know, like, when you're a conservative and you watch a scene like that, like, does it not occur to you that, like, what's being said there, like, it made him the man he is today and it pans down to, like, his legs are gone? Like, does that really seem like a pro-military sentiment to you? I don't get it. Like, is it just like, does your brain just, like, glaze over when shit like that happens in the movie? Yeah, I don't understand. I can't see subtext. I only see text. Oh. The sequels have no irony and take it totally serious. Oh, well, yeah. Because Heinlein didn't, not Heinlein. Heinlein was the guy that wrote the book. Verhoeven didn't fucking make the sequels, you know, so. All right. I don't think we're going to figure out any more conservative movies, so let's plow on. So this guy is Ario, I guess, on capitalism against the amazing atheist. Let's take a look. All right, yeah. Profit generated by. Love how he finds the picture of me with the worst hair I ever had. Thank you for that, sir. I appreciate you finding my worst haircut. That shop needs to be split 7 ways.
It may seem like a completely one-sided benefit to reduce the function of the coffee shop to redistributing the income to all the participants equally. But there's something lost there. And it's profoundly worth understanding whether you're left-wing or right-wing or indifferent, whether you're Christian or atheist. It's worth really reflecting
I don't really see how religion even factors in, but okay.
on this, because it leads us to question in an even more meaningful way, how
Is this music ever going to stop? Because this is like really grating.
can we help the poor?
All right. Cut the music.
The labels used
Okay.
to describe
Thank
my
God.
beliefs do not, in and of themselves, encompass my beliefs. I can tell you this, though. Capitalism should perish from this earth. It turns everything into a commodity.
This is a brief observation, but I beg you to take it seriously.
Yeah. That's going to be a no from me, dog. Maybe if you weren't using like the most bad faith fucking like, look at this ridiculous picture of this guy. Like you specifically went out and found the worst fucking possible goddamn picture of me you fucking could and fucking put that over what I said to fucking like poison the well and shit. So yeah, I'm not like super amenable at that point to like, yeah, this is in good faith, but okay.
If you are a left-winger who is accustomed to pinning blame on capitalism, this abstract concept, when you do this,
It's not really, wait, how is it an abstract concept? How is fucking capitalism an abstract concept? Like it has a fucking solid definition. A system in which the means of production are owned by the fucking people who have capital. That's what fucking capitalism is. Like, if there is a guy that, like, if you fucking go to a bakery and that bakery has an owner and a bunch of workers, then, and, you know, the profits go to that owner and the workers get a wage, that's fucking capitalism. If you go to a bakery and it's owned by everyone who works it, or, you know, I mean, this is just one fucking form of fucking, you know, this is like more of like a Voschian fucking market capitalism co-op kind of thing, but whatever. If everyone fucking owns the fucking bake shop, everyone fucking, you know, everybody who fucking is part of the process, that part of the operation of the business owns it, then you're not dealing with capitalism anymore. It's pretty fucking basic shit. If there's an owner that gets the majority of the profits and pays everyone else a wage, you've got capitalism. If you have some other sort of arrangement, that's not capitalism. Pretty fucking basic shit. Capitalism is not super abstract. I guess capital is abstract, like in the sense of it being like fiat currency, yeah. Like the concept of capital, I can see how that's abstract, how that's like sort of a human contrivance. But capitalism as a system has a fucking definition. Like, we could go to fucking Merriam-Webster with that shit. Capitalism definition. There is one. An economic and political system in which a country's trade and industry are controlled by private owners for profit rather than by the state. I would also say rather than by the people. But it makes that's a clear fucking definition of what that means. We understand what capital is, even if it may be a little abstract in some sense. We understand what ownership is, even if it also might have some areas of abstraction that you can philosophically deconstruct.
pause and ask yourself, how different would this particular problem be under feudalism, under the system that existed before capitalism? What
under feudalism? Okay. Kind of a weird false dichotomy, but okay.
What was it that was said just here? Capitalism turns everything into a commodity. Before capitalism, was rice a commodity? Was gold? What are we talking about? What is it precisely that capitalism can be blamed for?
Okay. So here's something that precisely capitalism can be blamed for. So let's take, for example, the private prison industry. where the government pays private prisons to house its prisoners. So instead of the state owning the prison, they have a private business owner, a private business entity that owns the prison, and they make money for everyone that they lock up, and then they use that money to lobby for stricter laws so that they can lock more people up. Okay? Now, maybe you could say, well, that's not true capitalism because the government's still involved. But if that's the case, then I guess you're saying you don't believe in law and order at that point, right? Because I'm sure you do believe that people should be arrested and people should be in prison for certain crimes and stuff. So should they be in state-run prisons or should they be in private prisons? Well, the private prisons like to lobby for stricter laws. So do we need to, so if we create a profit incentive to lock people up, then more people get locked up. And partially as a result of that, partially as a result of some other fucking terrible decisions, mostly made by conservatives, almost exclusively, honestly, we have the highest prison population in the world based relative to our size. So here's another example that doesn't involve government mandates. The medical industry, right? So in most countries, most forward-thinking countries, if I were to get cancer or I were to get some sort of horrible debilitating illness or break my leg or whatever, that would be addressed with tax dollars. The government would provide health care to me as a human right. In this country, I have to pay for private insurance, which is grossly expensive. It's insanely more expensive than it would be the tax burden would be for someone in my income bracket. So I pay way more to private insurance than I would pay in taxes under a socialized medicine system, universal healthcare system. And as a result of this, as a result of the fact that people need the insurance industry, prior to some of the reforms of Obamacare, the insurance industry would deny people service because they had pre-existing conditions. So if you were born sick, good luck getting fucking insurance because a private company that is concerned with profit does not want to insure someone who is already sick because that's just a losing bet for them. Also, there's not much of a profit incentive to study diseases that are not prevalent enough to fucking warrant. If they don't see a profit in looking for a cure for something, they're not going to look for that fucking cure. People were denied coverage all the time. It wasn't until like the 90s or the 80s that we started passing laws that said hospitals had to see people who were like on death's door. That hospitals had an obligation to help people who were in immediate distress. Tons of people in this country die because they don't have health insurance. Tons of people in this country die because they don't have adequate health insurance. Tons of people in this country die because they don't go to a doctor in time, because they don't want to spend the money, because even with insurance, doctor's visits still cost money. You're always fucking, if your insurance is provided by your employer and then you get unemployed, you all of a sudden not only lose your source of income, but you also lose your health insurance as well. There's lots of fucking problems with when we help the sick, not because of a sort of moral mandate, but because there's a profit incentive in it, then the goal of insurance industries and medical professionals and all that stuff is not to actually help the sick. It's to make a profit. And if they can make that profit by screwing people over, they do that. There is an incentive in capitalism to not service the best needs of the customers. When we're told about Adam Smith's hand of the market, invisible hand of the market, we're always they talk to us about capitalism in these very fanciful terms. You need a hammer, and this guy made a hammer, and he's going to sell it to you. And, the amount that he charges for a hammer is based on how many people need that hammer. So if a lot of people need hammers, he'll sell them cheap because he's going to be competition. You know, there's going to be other people who make hammers because they're going to see a profit motive. And it's just like, oh, it's going to work like that. And it's all about meeting the needs of people. But what happens in real fucking capitalism is the highest loyalty of companies is not to customers. The highest loyalty of companies is to shareholders, to other fucking rich people, and they want to maximize the profits. So if they can maximize the profits selling you an inferior piece of shit, they're going to do it. If they can maximize the profits by fucking over their customers, they're going to do it. If they can maximize the profits by fucking over their workers, they're going to do it. So there's lots of fucking ills that I say are directly related to fucking capitalist enterprise. Yes. So those are some examples of what I'm talking about.
I also have my frustrations with this society. I struggle with on a daily basis how
the price of Rogaine?
Terrible the education system is in Canada. I struggle with on a daily basis just the reality of living in a society that has massive levels of drug addiction all around me on the streets every day.
Oh, yeah. What a fucking baby. Drug addiction. Why don't you mind your own fucking business?
Okay? And yet I never let myself slip into that lazy habit of mine of pinning the blame on this abstraction, capitalism.
What? Okay. You probably have some other abstraction you blame. First of all, capitalism, once again, not really much of an abstraction, but I'm sure that you probably have things that you blame for the so-called drug addiction that's rampant around you. You probably think that these permissive fucking laws of Canada, what Canada has good education? Yeah, it has good education if you're fucking sane. But obviously, if you're a fucking lunatic like this guy, he probably finds out that, like, you know, that kids are, like, taught, like, fairness or something. He's like, oh, why was my child taught fairness? Fairness is disgusting. Fairness makes me sick. You know what I mean? So, yeah. This guy looks like Mr. Clean. No, he doesn't. Mr. Clean is buff and fucking looks good.
Oh, was education better under feudalism? Oh, really?
No one, wait, feudalism? Why do you keep bringing up feudalism, dog? Did I miss the part in my fucking video where I was like, you know what's better than fucking capitalism, guys? Feudalism. By the way, not much difference really between capitalism and feudalism, if you really want to be honest. Still have, owners above to be obeyed, workers below to be commanded. Check. Separate fucking systems of laws. These people held to one standard, these people held to another. Check. All these people answer to some fucking central higher authority than all of them, but they still get to enjoy a higher position in society than all these people down here. Check. You know, you got to work. You down here have to work for these people up here, and these people up here have to give a cut to these people up here, and that's fucking that. That's fucking capitalism, and that's fucking feudalism. You know, there's a few we can nitpick a few details, but honestly, not all that fucking different in terms of basic structure.
What? So why is it capitalism? Oh, gee, were there no alcoholics? Were there no drug addicts of the drugs available in that day under feudalism?
I don't advocate fucking feudalism. So, fucking what are we talking about here? I don't know. Like, I'm not going to sit here and defend feudalism. So, are we done? Like, is this whole thing just going to be like, this guy's against capitalism? Well, let me tell you about the fucking ills of feudalism. It's like, I didn't advocate feudalism, so I don't know. I feel like maybe we're done here. I don't know. Let's skip to 9. Let's go to 9/11. Yeah, whatever. 9/08. That works.
Much the same way that government departments operate the military. And let me just note, the military has its own healthcare sector. The military has its own old folks' homes, retirement homes. Often enough, you're going to find the military has daycare centers, you know, for the children of people on active duty. Military has to generate electricity too, right? With the United States military, you actually have a miniature socialist society or socialist economy, right, existing within the United States of America. If you want to get a good pragmatic sense of what the advantages and disadvantages of living in a socialist economy are, living in a command economy, you can just stop and visit a military base. It's very, very rare to hear someone say to you, I wish, I hope, when I get older, that I'm going to be able to stay in the old folks' home provided for veterans by the military. It's very rare to hear someone say, the best hospital, the best doctors you...
Okay, so first of all, I kind of get what he's saying with the idea that, you know, the military is sort of a form of socialism. I've often said that the military is sort of a big social program where, you know, the government will actually provide its citizenry with some basic benefits, but it does that in exchange for you being willing to A, kill for the government, and B, die for the government. So if you are willing to basically like, hey, say to them, hey, you're the king, I'm the pawn, send me wherever you need me to go to kill whoever needs killing or die myself if I need to die. In exchange for me being your pawn, you're going to give me, you know, some money and a place to live and food and, you know, medical care and all that kind of stuff. Like, that's the exchange. And you're going to help me pay for my education maybe down the line, whatever the fuck. I get some fucking social benefits out of my government in exchange for I'm going to be a soldier. Well, if someone is a socialist, now, first of all, socialism is not all, it's not usually about, I mean, I guess there's some variants where it's like state power is absolute and the state fucking dictates everything. That's only one idea. There's lots of fucking ideas that are way more decentralized where the fucking concept of a hierarchy is largely dispensed with. Military, of course, is a highly hierarchical structure. So that's totally obviously antithetical to something like an anarcho fucking communist society or something like that, right? Because that's all about get rid of hierarchy to whatever extent possible, completely if you can. But the idea of the military is social benefits in exchange for we own your ass, right? So the bad part of the military is not the part where they give you all kinds of benefits. The bad part of the military is the part where they expect you to risk your life for them, where they expect you to kill other human beings for them, where they expect you to fucking make yourself subservient to this brutal fucking ultra hierarchical fucking structure where your fucking brain is deconstructed and you're fucking reprogrammed as a fucking killing machine to march and fucking shoot and fucking do whatever the fuck they need you to do. That's the negative part. The social benefits, that's the fucking carrot on the stick they use to entice you into that fucking shit to begin with. So, I think that our society should have those things for all people because they're good things. They're so good that people actually will join the military just to get them, despite how bad the military fucking is. At least for someone like me. I know there's certain people love the military. That's great. Fine. Good for you. But a lot of people fucking that are like me join the military out of fucking desperation. Not because they believe in it, not because they want to fucking fight for your freedom or any of that bullshit. They do it because they fucking see, hey, I will get some benefit out of this. Well, what if we just gave those benefits to people as a birthright to being a fucking American citizen? Is that going to make our society worse? Or is it going to make it better? I think it's going to make it better.
You can get in this town, the military base, the military hospital. Right? It's very rare to hear anyone say the best haircut they ever had in their life was at the barber shop on the military base.
Oh, that was weird. What was that? The barber shop. The barber shop. The barber shop. Yeah, well, that's because they only do one haircut. They just fucking they buzz you, and then they fucking send you out. I mean, yeah. Also, I don't know what the fuck you're even worried about haircuts anyway, so. Yeah, all right. A little more.
All the government.
That was the look of a sane man.
Whoever went into debt hundreds of thousands of dollars to do the initial renovation and buy the espresso machine and the furniture and deal with all the government paperwork, by the way, too. Whoever did all the licensing, whoever invested in that shop and is paying the taxes that are unbelievable in Canada. You would not believe how much property tax you pay on a coffee shop. I looked into it at one point because we were thinking about opening a small vegan bakery. It's mind-blowing, okay?
Why is this guy turning into like some kind of low-rent Joker as this goes on? It's mind-blowing. Oh, this is what your city has become, Gotham. It's like, oh, God, please stop.
Whoever is paying all that money is genuinely taking the risk that they will never earn it back. That they will themselves.
Okay, so I know what he's responding to here. I said at some point in my video that, you know, if 7 people run a coffee shop, that coffee shop should be owned by those 7 people. And his argument is, well, one guy paid for the equipment, one guy took the risk, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, well, look, in my fucking socialist society, okay, it's not just the reward that's split 7 ways between those people. It's also that risk. You know? The risk is also split just like that. The tax burden is split just like that. Okay? So we're not talking about a society where it's still like one guy still has to fucking bear the tax burden for the coffee shop and one guy still has to buy all the equipment for the coffee shop and one guy, it's all the fucking capitalistic burden still exists, but none of the capitalistic rewards exist anymore. That's not what I'm fucking proposing, okay? What I'm talking about is a society where everyone communally fucking gets the equipment and everyone communally fucking runs the coffee shop and everyone communally reaps the benefits and everyone communally fucking accepts the risks. Okay? That's what's being discussed here. So I don't know what the fuck this refutation is. It's just like you're just fucking walking through crazy town, pointing at fucking crazy and and you don't realize the whole time you should just be pointing at your fucking self because you're fucking crazy. You see what a coffee shop is like under feudalism? All right. So, yeah, that's that guy. I guess we're going to talk about union stuff in a minute, but first, let's talk to you guys. Let's chat with the chit chat. How y'all doing out there in the world? Feudalism. Quarantine hit Dr. Evil pretty hard. I guess so. Starting to feel bad. Starting to feel fucking bad, honestly. Starting to get like shades of like... One of the reasons I didn't like doing the Drunken Peasants anymore is because I was tired of like picking on crazy people. And I was starting to feel like watching that video, I was like, I feel like I'm picking on a crazy person here. Not something I really want to do anymore. Do I need a drink? Oh my God, you're a lifesaver. Yes. I could use another soda and maybe a water as well, if you don't mind. Can you imagine having to talk to that guy? Oh my God, no. No, I wouldn't even do it. I wouldn't even talk to that dude. Absolutely fucking not, dude. I love how when they're defending capitalism, it's well the mom and coffee shops that defended, never the Amazon. Well, in fairness to him, I was the one who brought up the coffee shop example. So that's what he was just responding to me there. So, yeah. How's the diet? Not great. I've fallen, I don't know. 2021 has not been as kind to me as 2020. I know everyone else is glad to see 2020 in the rear view, but like for me, I was losing weight in 2020. I was writing a book in 2020. And as soon as 2021 came around, it's like everything just fucking reverted back to like my worst habits. Fucking stuck on my book, stuck on my diet, can't fucking control my eating anymore. It's like 2021 was my year. And now that it's over, it's just like a back to fucking fat, lazy, stupid fucking bullshit. I need to fucking recapture that 2020 magic, man. I don't know what the fuck happened. 2021 sucks ass. I'm watching from my PC now. I think the VHS tracking effect you have is causing extra compression on the audio. I doubt that. I could get rid of it, I guess. Maybe. I don't fucking know. I don't really see how it could do that, but yeah, whatever. I mean, it still looks cool this way. Yeah, let me know if that fucking changed anything for you. Who said that again? That was blah 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 blah. Evan Goers. Yeah, do you feel like it's different now? Do you feel like the audio is different at all since I stopped playing that? Or stopped using that tracking effect? Looks better now? Well, I don't care how it looks. The video looks better. All right, well, I guess people don't like the VHS glitchy traffic effect. I like it, though. Yeah, I like it. Fuck you. Fuck you all. I'll decide. No more seizures. I like seizures, though. You read audio when I said video, lol. Oh, I see. Sorry. Well, that's my bad then, huh? I'm just a stupid fuck. See, I told you I'm fucking losing my shit in 2021. Oh, it's causing extra compression on the video. Okay, I guess I could see how that would happen. But, it looks so cool, though. I don't know. I like it so much. All right, I guess I'll keep it on this scene and this scene and, you know, this scene here. I'll keep it on, and but I'll get rid of it here, and I'll get rid of it here. That seems like a good compromise, right? Yeah. So that way it's not detracting from that kind of stuff. But I can still keep it in some scenes. What the hell is going on here? Poral Zigo. Yeah. All right. Here at the Sigma male shit. No. What's that? What's the Sigma male shit? I never heard of that shit. I never heard of that shit. I never heard of that shit. You crazy. You crazy, boy. You a goddamn nut job is what you is. I just ate a family-sized bowl of Jell-O by myself. How did you fucking eat that much Jell-O? Jell-O sucks. Jell-O fucking sucks. Jell-O fucking sucks. Jell-O, 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 Jell-O fucking sucks. Jell-O, 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 Jell-O fucking sucks. It sucks, it sucks, it sucks. 10 union facts and FAQs. This is from doitwithoutdues.com, brought to you by Amazon. This is Amazon's propaganda site to convince their workers not to unionize. Number 1, who pays for a union? You do. A union is a business that makes money from dues collected from workers' paychecks each month. How much are monthly dues? So yeah, that's true. A union does survive on dues, but part of the benefit of being a union is that a union has the ability to collectively bargain with the corporation that you work for. So as an individual, you go to the corporation and say, I want a raise. They say, ha ha ha, no. If you are part of a union that represents all of the workers that work at that particular corporation, the union can come to them and say, "Hey, all of your workers want a raise," and they can say, "Ha ha 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 ha, no," and then the union can say, "Well, if you don't give them a raise, they're not going to work anymore." And then Amazon is like, "Oh shit, they actually have leverage now." So being part of a union gives you leverage in negotiating wages, which is a positive thing. It means you get higher wages, thus making it worth it to pay the union dues. Will a union provide more job security? Yes, it will. But no, a union cannot create job security or guarantee you'll not lose your job. When we work together to improve our business and provide service to our customers, more business is generated, meaning more job security for everyone. Wrong. So a union can give you more job security because, they can limit the conditions under which you can be fired. How can they do that? With the same collective bargaining power that they can negotiate higher wages. Because the union can go as a representative of all workers and say, hey, we think it's bullshit that people are being fired for this, that, and the other thing. And if you're going to fire someone, you have to have a good reason. And if you don't agree that you can only fire someone under these very specific conditions and that the union can fucking intercede on their behalf if you do otherwise, then, that's another thing where you'd be risking a fucking strike situation. So, yeah. The fact that the union can call a strike, the fact that the union has some money standing by to fund a strike, the fact that the union has the ability to prevent scabs from taking on the jobs in the event of a strike, usually through creative means. You actually do have more job security under a union. I mean, ask anybody who works for a union in any other country where these unions actually are strong. Ask someone in a European country or Canada or something. They do have more job security. They can get away with a lot more shit at their job, and they're paid better. Because they can't just be, it's not like at-will employment like it is in America, because if your workers are unionized, if you and your fellow workers are unionized, rather, I don't know why I'm telling you from the fucking corporation's perspective, talking from your perspective, if you are unionized, if you're part of a union, then the union can use its collective bargaining power to ensure greater job security for you and your fellow workers. Number 3, will a union provide better wages and benefits? Yes. A union cannot guarantee better wages and benefits. With union negotiations, you could end up with more, the same, or less than what you make today. Yeah, unlikely. If a bunch of people join a union and that union negotiates for less than what you already make, then you're going to fucking leave that union. That's not going to be a successful fucking union. Once again, this is just common sense. The collective power of all workers can negotiate a better deal than any one worker in isolation. That's just common sense. That's pretty much my answer to all these, I'm sure. Can we try a union out and get rid of it later? Getting rid of a union, which is known as decertification, is a long and complicated process. The law prohibits Amazon from helping you get rid of the union since they are in it. Yeah, fine. They're not going to want out, okay? Do I have to talk to the union representative? No, nobody can force you to speak with union representation if you don't want to. Well, that's true. You don't have to speak to them, but you should. 10 union facts and FAQs. Continued, I guess. Do I have to vote for the union if I signed a card? No, it's your right to choose whether or not to vote against the union. That's also true. What if I have a problem? Who do I talk to? If a union gets you in and you have a problem, the union will decide whether to bring that issue to management. That's true. Will a union provide a safety and appeals committee? Amazon already has a associated safety committee and an appeals process. You don't have to pay hundreds of dollars per year in union dues to get what you already have. Well, you kind of do when Amazon workers are being worked to the point where they feel the need to piss their pants. Like, I know about Amazon workers who've like literally fucking started wearing diapers to work so they could piss their pants because they didn't fucking have even the time to piss without fucking it. I forget what it's called, but there's like a system where everything you do on Amazon's dime is like timed so fucking rigidly that there's no fucking room for you to fucking stop for a second. And you just gotta fucking go, bounce around like a fucking ping pong ball, grab this, get this here, boom, 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 boom. If you stop for a second, you fucking off your time, and then it's like penalized because it's a serious fucking, you're worked to fucking death over there. People actually have been worked to death by Amazon, by the way. So yeah, their safety fucking procedures and protocols and appeals committee is a fucking joke. You're going to have a much better one when you have collective fucking bargaining. Will I have to go on strike? A strike is called when a union decides to do so. If a union calls a strike, they expect that you will not go to work, even if you need to keep working to earn money to pay your bills. Yeah, because that's the fucking bargaining power. That's the leverage that the union has. The union derives its power to negotiate with the corporation from the solidarity of you and your fellow workers being like, if they don't give us what we want, we walk. And we shut their fucking business down. We shut it the fuck down. If you're not willing to fucking do that, if you're not willing to flex that muscle and say, fuck you, Amazon, until you meet our demands, your fucking shit is shut down. If you're not willing to do that, then yeah, you shouldn't join a union. But if you are willing to do that, if you're a big ball motherfucker, and you're willing to fucking say, hey, fuck you, boss, until you give me what I want, you don't get fucking a second of work out of me, then yeah. Then you don't fucking join a union if you're not willing to fucking do that. If you're a little pussy bitch who'd rather fucking work for a slave's wage, then go ahead and be that. But if you fucking have a pair of balls, you might want to consider joining that fucking union. If the union calls a strike, will we get paid? If you go on strike, you will not be paid by Amazon, and you will not be eligible for unemployment compensation. That's true. That is true. So you got to have some balls. Being in a union, you got to have some fucking balls. But you know what? You have those balls, you're going to have a much better life. You're going to have a much better quality of life if you find it within yourself the fucking balls to strike. If you're willing to fucking stand up against these fucking corporations that employ you and say, I'm not fucking lifting a goddamn finger to help until you fucking compensate me and you give me you go to the fucking union boss, you fucking get your demands laid out, they fucking go, they negotiate with the company, they come back to you, they say, hey, here's what you got. The union fucking decides, like, hey, we want to fucking do this or not? Is this a good enough deal for us? If it is, you go back to work. If it isn't, you fucking keep striking. That's what it is. Is there tough times involved in that sometimes? Is there fucking times when you're fucking like, oh my God, are they ever going to fucking crack? There's that waiting game period where it's like, is the union going to fucking crack or is the fucking company going to crack? And maybe you fucking lose. Maybe you're on strike for so fucking long that times get fucking desperate and horrible and all that shit. But you know what? Better than being their bitch. Better than just being their little lapdog. Because you know what? If you fucking think, which way you think you're going to get a better deal? You think you're going to get a better deal when you join with the other workers and you all fucking say, as one fucking collective entity, fuck you, give us what we want, and then eventually they fucking do because they have no other fucking choice? Or do you think you get a better deal fucking being their obedient little lapdog and being like, oh, yes, master, yes, and I'm so good, I'm so subservient to you? You think they're going to give you more money like that? Or you think they're going to give you more money when you're like, hey, fuck you, pay me? Because you know what? This is America, baby. Hey, fuck you, pay me gets a lot fucking further than... But as a fucking individual, you don't have the power to take on a fucking big company like Amazon. As a collective, you fucking do. Yeah, that's pretty much that. That's pretty much why you should be a fucking in a union. And that's why Amazon's propaganda against unions is bullshit. Who are these corporate simps out there who are against collective bargaining? I mean, you know, just typical fucking little lapdogs of the fucking establishment. like to suck fucking capitalism's cock, you know? There's plenty of them out there, especially in this fucking country. My place has been closed for almost a year, but Union has my job secured for when it opens. Yeah, like unions do shit like that for you. Amazon warehouse has decided it's cheaper to have ambulances waiting outside for passed-out employees versus installing some warehouse fans. Yeah, you know. Oh, wait, they did it. See, this is another fucking capitalist thing. It's like they did the cost-benefit analysis. It's like the humane thing would be try to create better working conditions. But is that the most inexpensive thing? The most inexpensive thing is just have EMTs standing by for when people pass out from heat exhaustion. So they choose that fucking option, assuming what you're telling me is true, which I don't know for sure. But, you know, it wouldn't surprise me in the fucking slightest. I work for Amazon. Sucks. I work for Amazon. Sucks, baby. It fucking sucks. It fucking sucks. The fact that Amazon employees actually piss their pants to keep their jobs is fucking sad to me. Well, yeah, it should be. Fucking should be sad to you. Should be sad that there's been fucking employees who have literally just died on the Amazon floor and like work just continued on. Amazon won't air condition their warehouses. They encourage you to drink a ton of water, but then get mad when you take potty breaks. Yep. Stay hydrated. Stay hydrated. Don't piss. Don't piss. It's like, what the fuck, Amazon? TJ, I think the U.S. Was always an oligarchy in some form of the elite class controlling politics. Do you think there was ever really a republic? You know, I mean, like, we were founded by a bunch of rich dudes, for fuck's sake, you know? Like, wasn't the original fucking plan in this country was, you know, you can vote if you are white and you are male and you own land, which basically means you're rich. So, yeah, I think it was always, you know, there's always shades of an oligarchy, right? I mean, literally the first leader of our country was literally the richest man in the country. We're just like, who's richest? Washington? Put him in there. You know what I mean? Like, literally our first president ever was just the richest dude in the country. Not even a particularly good general, not even a particularly good statesman, but he was the richest man in the country. So, bam. You know what I mean? He's our leader. So, yeah, it's kind of like if fucking just Elon Musk was president right now, you know? And there's still people who would support that. There's people out there, if you fucking said, like, you think Elon Musk should be president, they'd be like, oh, hell yeah, based. It's like, oh, man. Just because he's rich. So that mentality ain't gone. That's still kicking around. I am going to take a small break. I will be back momentarily. Sorry about that. Probably somewhere in the deep settings for Chrome. What's been talking about here? What's going on? La da 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 la da 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 da. Okay, let's look at Ben Shapiro again. So you can never have too much Ben Shapiro. This is what a Rotten Tomatoes score actually says about a movie. Let me guess. It just tells you the opinion of the elitist media snobs, but the people have the real skinny on whether a film is good or not, right?
I'm fully expecting that upon release of the film, there will be a second wave of critical hatred for the film, which is, again, one of the things that has happened, not just to your film, but it's happened to nearly any film these days that does anything that crosses the woke. I mean, I recently had a conversation with J.D. Vance, author of Hillbilly Elegy, about how the critics went after Hillbilly Elegy and just burned it to the ground, because the idea behind Hillbilly Elegy was that you might want to take some of these rural white folks seriously, and the critics had decided in the meantime that, nope, after the movie got greenlit, now was not the time to take rural white folks seriously. We couldn't do that anymore. And they
I never seen that, so I don't know.
Decided to just burn it all the way down. So what do you think is the answer to that? Because we are seeing this vast gap emerge between what the critics think about films and what the audiences think about films.
I don't know. I feel like that's an emergent gap. I feel like there's always been a critical opinion of movies and a fucking, popcorn films are popcorn films and critical darlings are critical darlings. And sometimes movies are both, but a lot of times they're one or the other. There's been plenty of fucking movies that critics loved and audiences were like, I don't like it. There's been plenty of movies where audience is like, woo! And critics are like, rather pedestrian. And there's been plenty of movies where, they meet in the middle and, the critics are like, wow, quite fucking astute. And the mainstream audience is like, damn, yeah, fucking get them. There's plenty of fucking movies that are critical darlings and fucking, you get the premise. Right? This has always been the case. This ain't nothing new. This ain't fucking some new phenomenon. This is fucking old shit.
Hillbilly Elegy has 20-some% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's got an 85% approval rating among audiences. I'm sure that Run, Hide, Fight will have a 0% or a 5% or a 14% on Rotten Tomatoes, and the audience ratings are going to be above 90%.
Well, here's the real divide between critics and audiences, and no one wants to fucking tell you what the real divide is. But here's the fucking real divide. To be a film critic, you're probably an educated person. You're able to write coherently. You're able to think clearly. You're probably a reasonably intelligent person. If you're just some random schlub seeing a movie, you might be an intelligent person, but there's a pretty good chance you're just a fucking dumbass, okay? You're just some man, I like when I like the big explosion. You're like, I don't mean to be fucking snooty about this, but critics are probably, in general, a little smarter than the average population. I'm not saying that makes their opinion better or anything like that, or that the art they enjoy is superior to the art that the fucking plebs enjoy or whatever the fuck. You like your explosions and your Michael Bay and shit. That's great. That's good for you. But some people like, characters and plots and challenging themes and situations and stuff. And usually that's more intelligent people. And those people are more likely to be critics than fucking some dumb shit living in a fucking trailer or whatever the fuck. So, being a little classist here, being a little fucking elitist here in terms of not only just, income, but intelligence. And I'm not saying that these things necessarily correlate. The trailer thing is just because, trailer trash is a fucking stereotype. So let's just reject the stereotype. There's some fucking rich people in this country that are just fucking retardedly dumb. Just fucking stupid fucks, right? There's people living in the fucking, the ghetto, the trailer, the whatever the fuck, that are fucking intelligent human beings. Not fucking trying to fucking make a classist thing here. Let's just get rid of the classist undertones of the trailer comment. But let's maintain the fucking intellectual snobbery here. Let's maintain the intellectual snobbery of, someone who's fucking writing a critical analysis for a major publication, probably quite a bit more intelligent than your average fucking moviegoer. And so that's where the divergence in opinions comes from, in my opinion. It comes from someone who's fucking smart, who has seen a bunch of fucking movies, who's writing about them for a living, way more deconstructive about the material they watch. They're not as likely to fall for the crowd-pleasing fucking trick because they've A, seen it a bunch of times, B, are paid to deconstruct it for a living, and C, are just naturally more inclined towards that kind of thinking and naturally more inclined towards more challenging fucking material because that's what excites them. Whereas the general audience wants the fucking, the big explosion and the big tits and the fucking, the trucks crash and go, They want that shit because, to them, it still fucking has a novelty to it. They haven't seen a billion things. They're not deconstructing this shit in their mind. They just want to see something cool, have a little fun, escape from the drudgery of their fucking lives and shit. You know what I mean? So, that's kind of where I'm at. That's why I think the difference is. And I admit that parts of my rant went a little afield of fucking whatever. But that's the general premise here. And I think the general premise is sound.
What in the conservative community should we, and the more mainstream community should we be doing about this?
I would love to take Biden at his word for unity, but it's never going to happen. It's not happening. So I really believe that
I agree with that.
It's possible for both sides to work together and to get along and to make movies and work in the same workplace. I totally believe it's possible. But I also think we're entering into probably an 8-year period of tribalism and people sort of going into their own corners. And I think that
what's this have to do with movies again? You're going to get to the point where you talk about movies?
People want to watch movies like this and continue to consume content that isn't preaching a message to them and jamming a sort of a secular worldview down their throats. Then they have to support a conservative economy. And by that, I mean everything. A conservative Hollywood alternative, any of it, right? So I think ultimately...
there's plenty of conservative films that get made. They're just shit. They're just garbage movies. No one fucking wants to see it because they suck. Like, usually the production values are shit. The acting is shit. Guess what? Like, artistic talent is not necessarily like... the people who are like talented actors and writers and shit, they don't tend to fucking split conservative because they fucking were probably like born into that shit at some point and had to reject it. Or they fucking just never were into it to fucking begin with or whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, a fucking person who's like an artist is not gonna fucking by their nature be conservative. Especially if they're like a writer is not gonna be conservative because it's like they want to fucking see things from all these different perspectives and these interesting characters and like how they can all get along and stuff, and they fucking have empathy and stuff. That's what makes them talented is that at that. And every once in a while you get like a Frank Miller or something where they are a conservative. And, but by the time Frank Miller really started fucking getting those super conservative views, his art had gone to shit. And I think those two things are probably a little bit related. Actors, those are some of the most touchy-feely people on the fucking planet. They're not fucking generally attracted to, traditional family value kind of shit. They want fucking cocaine and tits, man. Or they want fucking yoga and chai tea. I don't know.
It has to, I don't like it. I didn't want this to. I thought I was going to be, living in LA, running a movie studio by now, and here I am, in my own independent lane.
Man, kind of sucks when you advocate for this like free market capitalist approach, and then you find out you're actually not that good at it, huh?
But in a way, I'm happier now than I ever would have been there. And I know those people. They're
Yeah,
still
sure. That didn't sound like sour grapes at all. I'm much happier being a independent guy that no one's even heard of, and my name is not even in the title of this video, and talking to Ben Shapiro and basically sucking his dick. Yeah, that's so much better than running a film studio. What? How? It's not at all, is it? Come on.
friends. They're unhappy. They're insecure.
Yeah.
They're confused about
those grapes were sour anyway, right?
And living in California with Gavin Newsom.
Oh man, that
They're
sucks.
confused about all this. They're moving to Texas. They're calling me. Yeah. Even my sort of lovely liberal friends. And I'm encouraging them, get out. And it's across the board. If your company is pushing a critical race theory on you, get out of that company. If you're going to a college and you're...
Wasn't there just like a fucking rant about tribalism a second ago, and how like, man, these liberals, they just keep forcing tribalism on us. And then he's like, listen, if any sort of liberal ideas take hold anywhere, run screaming into the void. It doesn't matter where you run to. Just run away. Be scared. Be afraid. Be afraid of the enemy. They want to divide us. Like, what the fuck, man?
Professor is pushing...
Weren't you against tribalism a second ago? Oops.
Speak up and push back. Now, I know I have a privileged position because of my stature and my financial situation and things like that. So I understand it's tough. But I promise you, we will create enough infrastructure on the other side of the fence to give landing pads and places to work and make movies for people who don't want to work in that industry anymore. And I'm still in.
Yep. I can't wait to see the fucking artistic output of conservative Hollywood. By the way, totally don't have a problem with him doing this. Create all the conservative movies you want. There's plenty out there already. They suck. The movie they're talking about, though, this Ben Shapiro movie, Run, Hide, Fight, whatever the fuck it's called. I saw the trailer. Looked pretty all right. And the trailer did anyway. I don't know. Maybe I'll check it out if I can watch it for free at some point.
In the industry right now. I've got a movie at New Line that they say they're going to make this year. I sold a movie to Netflix. It's coming out in a couple of months. I've got a movie with the folks who made John Wick. I mean,
awesome.
I'm still in the business, right? I talked to the agent.
Wow. This dude's really trying to have it both ways. I'm outside the industry, but, also very much inside the industry, like Netflix and New Line and the people who made John Wick and all these people that are powerful Hollywood people are connected to me. So I don't want to totally burn that bridge. I like that bridge. But, also I'm kind of independent and outside of that fucking system. You know what I mean? La da 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 da. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm everywhere. Okay. Good for you, bud. Oh, I thought I was going to be talking about Ben Shapiro, but talking about this guy. What's this? Who is this? Who is this? It doesn't say anywhere? Okay. No one's talking about who this guy is. Doesn't say in the title who he is. Doesn't say in the description who he is. Oh, wait. Watch the full episode here.
If people want to
Dallas Sonnier? Okay. Who the fuck is that? Okay. What did he make? Producing credits on the films Bone Tomahawk. That was an all right movie. Brawl in Cell Block 99. Haven't seen that. Standoff at Sparrow Creek. Never heard of it. Dragged Across Concrete. Never heard of it. Fucking, let's see. Okay, here's all his movies. What's he done recently? Run, Hide, Fight. Okay, so he's produced this one. VFW. American horror thriller film directed by Joe Bagos, starring Stephen Lang, William Sadler, Martin Love, Fred Williamson. Some kind of horror movie. Satanic Panic. I've heard good things about this film. Puppet Master, The Littlest Reich. Well, now that I know that a conservative produced it, was he even anti-Reich? Sorry, low blow, I guess. Damn. So I have heard of some of these. Some of them. And some of them honestly look all right. Lady of the Inferno. I mean, there's tits in that. That's kind of cool. I like tits. I like Fangoria magazine, too. I guess this guy is involved in that. So whatever. You know, you stick to tits and blood, I'm pretty sure I'll turn up whether you fucking shove a conservative message in it or not. So that's kind of cool. Maybe I'll talk to this guy. Or reach out to Dallas Sonnier or whatever the fuck. See if he wants to talk to a leftist. Want to talk to him about his plans for conservative Hollywood. Yeah, maybe fucking do that, actually. Might be fun, because I'll watch some of these movies in preparation, you know? Castle Freak, I like the original Castle Freak. I'll watch Run, Hide, Fight. I definitely want to check out Satanic Panic. I was already thinking about watching that anyway. Anyway. He directed Run, Hide, Fight. It says right here he's just producer. I don't see any director credits to him. It looks like he's mainly a producer. Directed by, this was directed by some dude named Kyle Rankin. So that's not the same at all. Yeah, this dude's got a totally different fucking career. Wall Street guy.
Lee, it's good to have you here. Thanks for being on.
Nice to be with you.
Let me just get your broad perspective first of what you make.
My perspective of broads, they don't belong in the business world. They belong in the kitchen, making me a bologna sandwich.
Of the whole GameStop situation as you've been watching it unfold for these last couple of weeks.
Well, Rob referred to the casino environment, and I think he's on the right track. What's going on is no surprise. Prior to the virus hitting, the number of unemployed people in the country was, I think, 5.7 million. That ballooned to over 23 million. It's now dropped to about 10.7 million. And it's very clear that the Fed and Congress is pulling at every stop to get employment back to where it was pre-virus. So they create an environment of free money. We have no commissions anymore because of Robinhood. We have an administration that is spending money like drunken sailors. I'm not being critical. The only person I'm really critical of, to be honest with you, is Powell, because when he says that the stock market is not expensive against interest rates, he's leaving out the second part where interest rates are ridiculously priced. You know, if interest rates belong at near zero, you're not supposed to.
I love this idea that, you know, all this money coming out there, all these stimulus checks and shit. It's just like, it's just an environment of free money. You just got done saying unemployment is fucking sky high. You know what I mean? Unemployment's fucking sky high. People don't look at their fucking unemployment checks and their fucking stimulus checks. It's like, woo, free money. They look at it as like, woo, I can survive. You know what I mean? That's kind of like the mentality of people out there. I know it's hard to fucking relate to that when you're a fucking billionaire and you don't even fucking have to think about money other than just like, how can I get more? To you, it's just like, ooh, the bigger the number is, the better I get. The more worth I have, the more fucking value my existence has compared to these fucking pissants. You know? But for ordinary people, the free money that they get, which unemployment they fucking paid into with their taxes, by the way. The stimulus checks, that's just like so that people can survive a fucking pandemic where like the government is like, hey, you can't work, and a lot of businesses are struggling because even the ones that aren't on lockdown are still seeing less people because people are scared to go out with a fucking deadly virus on the loose. So people need fucking a little money in that environment to get them through the tough fucking times, right? So this idea that because of that, people just frivolous free money, wee, ha 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 ha. Most of the people, from what I can tell, that are part of this fucking movement to pump the fucking GameStop stock, most of these people, some of them have ideas about being rich. Some of them are fucking obviously in it to fucking, to the fucking moon. But there's plenty of people that are doing this for purely ideological reasons. There's plenty of people who are doing this at this point, especially just exclusively to fuck over people like you. Because no one likes you rich cocksuckers. You're living on borrowed time, motherfucker. You understand that? Does your fucking fat, stupid, geriatric ass get that? Because the Minecraft is coming, man. It's fucking coming. Oops.
Make more than 2 or 3% in the stock market. So I think what's going on is a logical consequence of zero interest rates, zero commissions, and very stimulative fiscal policy.
It's the fucking, zero commission. Yeah, it's the fucking result of there not being a barrier for entry into the fucking stock market. It's a result of, ordinary people being able to go and fucking buy stock, right? It's a result of, hey, some Joe Schmo can go out there and just buy stocks and shit without having to pay no commission and all that. Oh, that's what's the fucking problem here. That's what the real fucking issue is here, because these people can just, they get this free money and it just burns a hole in their pocket and they decide, let's just go fucking use the stock market as our personal casino. You know what you don't like? You don't like the intrusion into your space of the fucking hoi polloi, of the fucking common everyday motherfucker mucking up the fucking rich people club, So fuck you, suck a fucking dick, deal with it, bitch. I know, I'm sure you will. I'm sure you and your fucking lobbyist buddies will fucking figure out some way to erect a barrier for entry, like, hey, you're not allowed to invest in stock until you've met some kind of $10,000 fucking benchmark or some bullshit to keep the fucking pores out. But fuck you. You suck dick. You suck ass. You're a piece of shit.
Are you saying that so it's partly the Fed's fault for putting a lot of gasoline on the fire over the last many?
That gasoline on the fire, in that fucking analogy, you are the fire, and the money that you need to survive is the fucking gasoline. That's how they fucking think of you, folks. These fucking cocksuckers think you're just a piece of fucking shit. They wouldn't fucking piss on you if you were on fire. They can see the idea that you should be helped, the idea that you're a fucking human being deserving of fucking basic human fucking decency is offensive to them. So fuck these motherfuckers, right? Are we down with that yet? Are we down with the fucking idea that these rich cocksuckers are the fucking problem in this country? Have we fucking come around to that mode of thinking yet? Is this the year that we finally put 2 and 2 together and say, maybe the bad guys are the rich pieces of shit that own everything and view us with absolute contempt and have hijacked the entire political fucking process? Maybe they're the bad guys. May fucking be is all I'm saying, right?
Years. But also I sense you're suggesting, tell me if I'm wrong, that you think this is part of a broader populist movement, perhaps, created by the very environment that you just talked about the Fed instigating, if you will.
I'm not critical of what the Fed per se is doing. I'm critical of the dialogue. In other words, Greenspan was early, but he referred to irrational exuberance. The market is very, very pricey. We have been pulling forward demand. The outlook longer term is more questionable. And I don't think the Fed is giving any indication to the public that that's part of the picture. So I would say that I think I understand what's going on in the market. This is not going to end well when it ends. And the bigger question is, when does it end? I don't think it ends soon, but I think it will end, and it will end very badly for the public. You know, whenever you go into the S&P at current multiples, the 1-year, 3-year, and 5-year returns have been very pedestrian. That's the environment we're heading for.
You're fucking very pedestrian, you old bitch. Hey, look. I think this guy, probably if he was analyzing the fucking behavior of a hedge fund or something, then his fucking, you know, oh, here's what's going to happen. Here's what precedent says is going to happen. But what's happening right now, I don't give a fuck, is unprecedented. It's fucking unprecedented. They don't have a precedent for it. You know how I know that? Because I've read articles about them trying to fucking find something that's even comparable to this, and there isn't. So I'm not saying that this all ends well. I'm not saying that this all ends poorly. But what I'm saying is no one knows how this ends because this has literally never happened before. So this motherfucker doesn't know what's going to happen. I don't know what's going to happen. None of you know what's going to happen. But what I do know is that none of us know what's going to happen. We might have some ideas, might have some predictions, might be like, oh, maybe. But you don't know because this has never happened before.
You've said in the past that, you know, where it was different instances, we weren't talking about the GameStop situation, that it was going to, quote unquote, end in tears. There are a lot of tears being felt throughout the business that you made your living in. And I'm curious to get your reaction to this notion of this uprising, a revolt, if you will, against the hedge fund community. The activity that took place in GameStop against some of the short funds, and just this general idea that we're sick and tired of watching hedge funds make all of this money. Hedge fund managers make all of this money. Whenever they don't get money, the government bails them out. They crashed the banks, big banks crashed the system in 2008 and got bailed out. And the quote unquote little guy got left holding the bag. I mean, how do you react to that?
The big boy is holding the bag to a degree as well. Listen, in 2008, Bernanke figured out he had to rescue the economy, which was going down the toilet. And he figured out the best way to rescue the economy is to create wealth, because wealth leads to consumption. And the best way to create wealth is to get the stock market up. The trouble with that is 80% of the stock is owned by 20% of the people. Okay? And
yeah, that is a little bit of a problem, huh?
And so what they did subsequently is they created a negative real return environment for savings, so you had no reward for being prudent and saving money. And that's what we're doing now.
No, the problem is they put all the money in the hands of the fucking top 1%, the top 0.1%, the top 20%, I guess, if we're going to use your generous fucking analogy. The stock would have fucking recovered naturally if they'd given that money to the people. And you know what? It would have been the down-home retail stocks that actually make things that fucking recovered. It wouldn't have been the fucking hedge funds and this and that and the other fucking thing. It would have been the fucking real money. The money that's actually tied to fucking labor. The money that's actually tied to fucking production. The money that's actually tied to fucking consumption. Not just the money that comes out of the magic fucking money generation machine, okay? So those would have been the fucking things that recovered. That's the things that need to fucking recover. And that happens when you fucking embrace fucking supply side. I'm sorry, when you embrace demand side fucking economics instead of fucking supply side trickle down fucking bullshit. Because this fucking shit doesn't trickle down. Everyone that's fucking ever fucking proposed supply side fucking economics knows that money doesn't fucking trickle down, all right? Money trickles up. When you have a consumer culture, money that fucking starts at the bottom makes its way to the top. But right now, it's not. They figured out a way to cut the fucking bottom out of the equation more and more and more. So it's like you got this pyramid of fucking society, right? And they fucking used to, we're going to rely on these people do the production and we take the money. Ha 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 ha. We fucking scam them out. But they don't even fucking, as time goes on, they less and less even funnel the money fucking through that bottom rung. It's like, we automated this away and we shipped that overseas and we did this. So like more and more, they're cutting the fucking bottom out of the fucking pyramid. They figured out a way to fucking do it. They figured out a way to cut out as many people as possible. You don't think if these rich motherfuckers, if they could Atlas shrugged our ass tomorrow, if they could fucking go start Rich Peopletopia and just have fucking robot butlers and all they had to do was like blow up the earth to get it, they'd fucking do that shit in a heartbeat. It would fucking be totally in line with how they fucking behave so far, right? Abso-fucking-lutely, they would do it. They would fucking do it. If you fucking deny it, just look at what they've fucking already done. Look at all the people they've already fucking kicked out into the cold. You think that they would fucking, they fucking wouldn't slit your throat for a fucking dollar? If they could fucking slit every throat on earth and make $1 off it, they'd fucking sign the fucking paper tomorrow. That's just the fucking mentality these motherfuckers have. They don't care about people. They care about money. Money exclusively. That's it. That's all they give a fuck about. If they can fucking kill every fucking motherfucker on this planet and make a fucking extra fucking profit margin and still live their fucking wonderful lifestyle where they got their robot butler all of a sudden, or maybe they just keep just enough pores around to fucking, ensure their fucking eternal opulence, they'll fucking do that shit. Don't you fucking fret. Don't you frown. They're there for it all day fucking long. Yeah. So once again, rich people, the enemy.
We have a new administration in place. I did vote for President Biden because I felt I voted my values, not my pocketbook. But if you listen to what Mr. President Biden has to say, basically they're going to raise taxes on individuals. They're going to raise taxes.
Oh, yes. Oh, he voted. Never mind, you guys. Never mind. Oh, he voted for Biden. Oh, he's exalted one, how may we serve you? Thank you for standing with us. Thank you for standing against Trump and with the Bidenites. Yes. How may we serve you, my liege?
Tax on corporations. You're going to raise the capital gains tax rate. It's not going to be user-friendly, and but I don't know that they're going after hedge funds per se. But
well, there was definitely some of that, right? I mean, there was definitely...
They were definitely going after hedge funds. This guy is fucking out of touch. You don't even know what the fuck is going on. I don't even know why. You ask this old man, like, what do you think? You think they're going after hedge funds? No, I think they're just crazy with all their government checks, send them out all their free money, and they're just hooting and hollering and throwing money in the stock market like it's a game of dice or something. It's just like... Ugh. This guy doesn't know what the fuck is going on. This guy doesn't know the kind of rhetoric. He ain't fucking gone to the fucking subreddit and looked at the kind of shit people are talking over there. You don't know what the fuck. Sounds like class reductionism to me, TJ. I mean, to some extent, yeah. I mean, a lot of these fucking pejoratives that get tossed around, I fucking fit the bill. Class reductionist, yep. Ableist, yep. Fucking eco-fascist, yep. I'll own up to the shit. I mean, I wouldn't use those fucking terms to describe myself, but I can understand someone using them to fucking talk about me. Oh, you're a fucking elitist. You're ableist because you don't like stupid people. Like, I don't really think it's, I'm not really usually talking about some inborn intellect kind of shit, but whatever. I get you. Okay, I'll be a little ableist. Hey, here's an ableist statement for you. I'm glad I'm able to walk. I would rather have functional legs than not functional legs. Is that ableist? I think that being able to walk is superior to not being able to walk. I think being able to walk up a set of stairs is superior to looking at the set of stairs and being like, oh, can't do it. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I feel like if you have a fucking standard of ableist that says that statement is ableist, then I'm fucking ableist, and I can't run away from that. If fucking hating the rich and thinking that a lot of our problems stem from their greed is class reductionist, then fuck yeah, I'm class reductionist. If me wanting fucking strict environmental laws and population control is eco-fascist, fuck yeah, I'm an eco-fascist. Once again, I don't fucking apply those labels to myself, but I'm not going to run from them because I will defend any of those positions all day long. Now, is my mind unchangeable on these things? Of course not. I'm an open-minded person. You fucking make a compelling argument. You fucking show me the light. Reframe my thinking. Okay, yeah, I see what you're saying. Okay, fine, yeah. Always willing to evolve, always willing to adapt, always willing to fucking change my mind. But as of right now, that's where I'm at. So, yeah. Is it me or is Scotty mellowed out as he's gotten older? Yeah, he's mellowed out a little bit. That's for show. He's mellowed out a little bit. He likes to suck on them big old tit. Man, I gotta piss a lot during the show. I've been drinking a lot though. Not alcohol, just, So what do you guys think? Doge to the moon or what? Are we doging? Anyone out there doging? You know what I mean? I was thinking about doging. I'm not sure. I think I might have missed it. I don't know. I don't really believe it's going to no dollar. People say, "Oh, we're taking it to $1." It's like, the meme coin? I don't know, man. But then they took it to like 8 cents earlier today, so I was like, I mean, if they push it up that high, I mean, fuck, maybe. Was it today it got to 8 cents? I don't know. Maybe I'm fucking misremembering. Got up to like 4 fucking cents or something, right? It was up there for a second. Yeah. It got up to 8. Or fucking damn near 8. Just for a little second, though, and then it fucking went. That was a few days ago. I don't know about this crypto shit. It's so volatile. But, Ripple went to like $5, yeah. I don't know, man. A lot of these cryptos do gain fucking some shit over time. I remember fucking back in the day, people were like, Bitcoin. I was like, because it sounded fucking ridiculous. It sounded absurd, man. They come to people like, yeah, we're going to start our own currency and shit. Like, nah. And for the most part, yeah, they didn't really start their own currency, but I didn't really understand they were going to create their own fucking exchange market for this shit. And then I fucking realized, like, oh, yeah, shit. This fucking Bitcoin is like $9,000 now. Fuck. If I'd have fucking gotten some back when it was cheap, I'd be fucking rich. I knew some people got rich. Knew some fucking Bitcoin millionaires and shit. Like, wow, that's crazy. Dude became a fucking millionaire just because he bought that shit. Well, it was too late for me. It's 9,000 now. It ain't going to go up no more. So that's done. Then it kept going up. It kept going up. Up. Now it's at fucking 35, and I'm sitting there looking at it like, God damn. This motherfucker just keeps going. Why am I continuously not buying this? Like, every time I say, like, well, it's reached its limit, its time in the sun is over, and it just fucking keeps going up. I'm like, motherfucker. I'm gonna put some of my money in this motherfucking shit. Because, I mean, fuck. It's just gonna keep going up, isn't it? It's gonna be fucking 50,000, 60,000. Fuck me, man. I'm putting my money in fucking Bitcoin. Some of it, anyway. A little bit. Fuck. Motherfucker's unstoppable. But then I look at this fucking shit. All these other coins are basically built on the promise of like, hey, maybe this coin is going to be the next Bitcoin. And I really don't think there's going to be a next one because like none of them have anything really over it as far as I can tell. But this Dogecoin, it's memey. It sticks in people's heads because it's memey as fuck. So maybe that's the one, man. Maybe it's the power of memes. We memed our way into a fucking president. We memed the GameStop stock to well beyond what the company's actually worth. Maybe it's time to meme the Dogecoin to the top. I don't fucking know. Am I insane? Is that a crazy fucking thought? Ethereum is the next best to Bitcoin. Yeah. But is it based on a meme? You know what I mean? My friend has a Bitcoin wallet worth absolute thousands, which he forgot the login credentials for. Sucks for him. Yeah. I hear that horror story here and there. Yeah, definitely don't lose your fucking credentials. I hear a rumor that Doge is going to the moon. To the moon. Just throw $10 in a Doge when it's low and watch. You get an idea of what it would be like if you had a few more zeros behind that. I don't know. I was thinking about fucking putting a fucking couple $100 in there. Just kind of like, just in case. Plant that seed, you know? Just like, Maybe one day it's like Dogecoin reaches $38,000. I'm just like, sick. Now I'm rich. But probably not. Because if it's that easy, you know, wouldn't we all be doing it? And then is everyone going to be rich? And if so, okay. I mean, you know, why not? If everyone's rich, I guess it's fine. But then does the standard of rich just lower? See, I think we got to steal it from these fucking billionaires, you know? That's why I like the GameStop thing. The Dogecoin thing, that's all well and good, but like that doesn't fuck over hedge funds. We got to fuck over the hedge funds in the process. I like it because it's like basically the people redistributing the wealth. You know, it's like, hey, what if we had the wealth and you guys didn't? Wouldn't that be interesting? Total reversal. That'd be interesting. Maybe all the socialists were wrong and capitalism actually eventually reaches a total equilibrium. It goes through a phase where it's super uneven, and then the GameStop moment happens, and then it all equalizes, and we are all one. And that's how communism emerges in America. It has to pass through the eye of the needle that is capitalism. And we're not in late stage capitalism. We're just in early stage fucking super capitalism, right? I was starting to think that fucking Vosh's meme is more than just a meme. I'm starting to think that maybe capitalism will free us all after all by ultimately just kind of becoming socialism. It's like, oh yeah, this is actually how you achieve communism. All the wealth just completely equalizes when we are all equal owners of one consolidated super stock. It's like human stock. This is the collective wealth of all humanity, and we all have an equal share. You know what I mean? Like, maybe you can say I'm a dreamer, but I'm not the only one. Let's consolidate every business on earth into one super stock that we all have an equal share of. Boom. Solved it. Solved it all. Trickle-down economics did work. We just forgot the part where it doesn't trickle down until you fucking slit their throats in Minecraft. Metaphorically, figuratively, with GameStop-like actions. You know what I mean? Not with actual knives. Not with actual human repercussions. I gotta piss again. Sorry, I'm pissing a lot. This is like my third time, and it's not even been 3 hours yet. So, but I've been fucking pounding these sodas back. So, you stay there. You behave yourselves. I'll be right back. Oops, I don't really want that one yet. Yeah. Anyway, let's take a look at this story. Oops. Is there no volume?
Christian school after telling another.
All right.
Well, new at 6 for the first time, we're hearing from the second grade Owasso student who was expelled from her Christian school after telling another girl she has a crush on her. Fox 23's Tanya Motorzitsky first broke this story on Tuesday, talking to the girl's mom. Today, she spoke with the little girl, Chloe, who says she's so happy to see so many people supporting her. Tanya.
Shay, I spoke with sweet little Chloe this morning and have been in constant contact with her mother all week long. And they say families across Oklahoma and even other states have really rallied around Chloe to show their support and are truly grateful for all of the love. From tears to smiles, 8-year-old Chloe is finding love and new friendships from people across Oklahoma.
I feel so loved and supported. Thank you so much to everyone that helped me feel better for being who I am.
Last week, Rejoice Christian Schools expelled Chloe after she told the girl she had a crush on her. Her mother, Delaney Shelton, says the school told Chloe relationships are between boy and girl, causing...
So my question is, have you ever asked Christians, like, hey, are you guys homophobic at all? There's like a standard line that a lot of them use that it's like, hey, look, you know, we do believe that homosexuality is a sin, but we also believe that we are all sinners. I'm a sinner. You're a sinner. We're all sinners in the eyes of God because none of us are perfect. And that being the case, why is this the sin that you get expelled for? You know what I mean? Like, if we're all sinners, really, then why don't you just expel all the students? Hey, you're all sinners. Get the fuck out. None of you are good enough to attend this Christian school. You know what I'm saying? Like, get the fuck out of here. All of you. You're all fucking sinners. But no, this is the one sin that they're like, oh, fuck, no, not that sin. Not that one. So how does that make sense, right? Like, you know what I'm saying? How is that the fucking case?
Chloe to question if God loves her for who she is.
Really sad and betrayed and kind of angry.
Morgan Allen with the Oklahoma for Equality says no school, Christian school or not, should make a child feel that way.
The hardest thing about this is that we're telling children that it is wrong to love, that it is bad to feel. And the worst part is that coming from a Christian school, we are saying God doesn't love you for who you are. And that is not true.
Ellen says,
yeah, well, it's not true because there is no God. There should be no such thing as a Christian school. If you're going to have religious instruction, that should be done at home or in the church. And, you know, frankly, I'm not too keen on either of those things either. I think that there are plenty of elements of Christianity that amount to psychological torture. I think the concept of telling kids that they're going to go to a place of infinite fire and burning and torment and suffering if they don't please God is traumatizing and leads to profound amounts of psychological trauma in certain cases. I know that there's lots of people who, when they start to consider, if they start to exhibit like homosexual feelings or feelings of, you know, gender dysphoria, or even just gender confusion, or you know, stuff like that, any sort of confusing feelings like that, or maybe they just start to question the logic of religion. That's when that fucking profound fear of, hey, you're going to go to a place where you're just going to burn forever and suffer eternally and just be completely miserable for all time with no reprieve, and it's going to be a horrible place, and you're never going to feel anything good ever again for all time. It's a horrifying fucking notion. So yeah, while I do think it sucks this girl was kicked out of this Christian school, I think that the very concept of a Christian school is pretty lame. I think the whole concept of a Christian is pretty gross. And I'm not really in support of it. And I know that there's this is where I pretty standard reply would be like, well, you shoved a banana up your ass. So how are you going to lecture us on this kind of stuff? And that is like, I actually know that, I mean, as ridiculous as that is going to be the reply from a lot of these people. Basically, you're going to call us gross when you shoved a banana up your fucking asshole, right? Well, the thing is that, while you might find my sexual proclivities like unusual or weird or whatever the fuck, you don't like it, it disgusts you, blah, 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 it doesn't fucking actually harm anyone. It doesn't traumatize anyone. The only people who saw it were people who sought it out to look at it. It was done without my consent. But if I wanted to, if I consented to put that out there in the world and I was like, hey, check out me shoving a banana up my ass, that'd be my fucking concern. There's nothing wrong with shoving a banana up your ass. There really isn't. I know that sounds strange to some of you guys who are like really super prudish and stuff, but there's nothing wrong with shoving something up your ass. Whether that be a dick or a banana or a fucking butt plug or a dildo or some anal beads or a fist or whatever the fuck you like up your ass, or nothing at all if you're not into things being up your ass. That's totally fine. It's okay to stick things in your butt. What's not okay is traumatizing people with a lie that tells them if they don't obey you, they're going to burn for eternity. That's what's actually fucked up. Okay? Just want to make that clear. Sticking things up your butt, no matter how funny, is okay. That's actually quite good. It feels nice. You should try it sometime. Maybe. At least experiment. But what's not good is telling people that if they don't obey you and your archaic set of rules, they're going to burn forever because your God doesn't like them. That's fucked up. So I want to make that clear. Sticking things up your butt, okay. Telling people are going to be tortured if they don't obey you, bad. I feel like it's obvious, but I also feel like some of you need to hear it. Next. Tucker. Come on, Tucker. What's going on here? Tucker.
Tonight you are watching the Free Speech Channel.
Oh, sweet.
Is the last one left. For the next
hour, the last Free Speech Channel. Woo! Finally. A channel where anything can be said. Total freedom of speech. Only on this channel. Oh, shit. What's happening? Oh, my God. What's happening?
The left's persecution of Americans who don't echo their party.
All right. Well, fuck it. I guess we're watching this instead. Tucker has been co-opted by this bitch.
But first, the left's persecution of Americans who don't echo their party line is getting more alarming by the day. And it's not just DHS that's targeting conservatives and those opposed to lockdowns and worried about election fraud. This sinister effort is now being aided and abetted actively by the media.
Oh, yeah. Now, you're a victim. Be afraid. Always keep it on Fox. Be afraid. Yeah. I see the puppet master, okay? I see your fucking master, bitch. Don't fucking try to pull one over on me, okay? I might be wearing glasses, but these shits is fake. I got 20/20 vision, bitch. I got better than 20/20 vision. I LASIK'd that shit into fucking superhuman perfection. And I see your strings, you cunt. I see your fucking strings, okay? You can't fool me, motherfucker. I see ya. I see your fucking puppet master. Keep them afraid. Yes. Keep them afraid. Yes. Tell them to watch Fox News. Tell them that only here can they be free. I see what's going on. I see what the fuck is happening here. All right, let's see if we can find Tuck. What happened here? The fuck is going on? I wanted to watch Tucker. Here we go. Yeah.
Good evening and welcome to Tucker Carlson.
Ooh,
Tonight
freedom.
you are watching the Free Speech Channel.
Free Speech Channel.
For
Woo!
the next hour, we're going to say exactly what we believe is true.
Oh, yeah.
Period. It's still America.
Cool.
The first point to make, an obvious point that has now been banned as a thought crime in the rest of the media, is that the United States government should never, under any circumstances, favor one race of people over any other race of people. Period. That is immoral. We are all citizens. We're all human beings. We're all created by God. We are all equal.
There's
Every
God
one of us
again.
has a right to equal treatment.
There's God again. There he is. We invoke whenever we're backed into a corner, whenever logic fails, out we trot God. We are all children of God. Oh, yes. Yes. We're all children of the same God. To show special treatment to any one class of people over another. Nonsense. Nonsense. But those rich people, aren't they treated a little better? Oh. Don't they have better health care than me? Don't they have better, like, if they're ever in legal trouble, they can afford a better lawyer, have a better standard of living, better fucking health, better fucking access to life-saving medical procedures if something bad happens to them, better fucking pretty much everything in life? Well, yes, but they earned it. They earned it through the magic of capitalism. Oh. Well, did that one earn it? Well, no, he inherited it from his parents who inherited it from his parents who inherited it from her parents who inherited it from their parents, and so on, back into the fucking ancient times. It's really old money, that money, but some of them made it. Oh, how'd that one make it? Oh, well, he tricked people into signing predatory loans that they couldn't get out of. It's like, oh. Man, but we're all children of God, though, so what am I even talking about? The rich people and poor people, we have it all the same. Same standards. Same fucking society, right? Like, if one of you fucking steals a fucking pizza, that's the same as a fucking CEO stealing fucking, $30 million or something, right? Actually, it's worse. You deserve a harsher punishment. That CEO should just get a fine. I love it, man. I love it. When you try to when the scales are tilted, it's like, well, we're all children of God. We're all equal in this society. Well, if we're all equal, can we get the scales a little more even? Maybe push this scale down? No. Don't interfere with the scales. The scales are perfect as they are. No, I don't think they are. I think we should try to even them out a little bit. You defy the will of God. You defy the will of God. Okay.
Guaranteed by our Constitution. It's the heart of countless laws passed with well-deserved fanfare by our Congress over many decades.
Mm-hmm.
That right is inscribed on a monument on our National Mall to the Reverend Martin Luther King Jr., who would be shocked and disgusted if he watched Susan Rice on television today.
Shocked and disgusted, because we all know Martin Luther King Jr., at his core, is a conservative man who would support the likes of Tucker Carlson, who said of capitalism, it has brought about a system that takes necessities from the masses to give luxuries to the classes. Oh, wait, that's anti-capitalist. Oops, what's going on here? No, I meant that he said, capitalism has often left a gap of superfluous wealth and abject poverty and has created conditions permitting necessities to be taken from the many to give luxuries to the few. Oh, shit, that's wrong, too. I meant to say that King advocates policies in line with the Democratic Socialist program. Ooh, this is a bad article. I'm reading the wrong article. Oopsie. No. Never mind that article. Never mind. That Martin Luther King Jr. was a socialist who criticized capitalism and thought that classism was an important struggle, as well as for racial equality. He also fought for class equality, but never mind. Never mind any of that. Martin Luther King would be a conservative today, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely. He would be listening to Tucker Carlson, nodding his head. Yes, I have a dream that racist white men will be able to broadcast their views to the masses.
Susan Rice is Joe Biden's chief domestic policy advisor.
Mm-hmm.
Rice is in charge of changing our country to conform to the orthodoxies of the Democratic Party.
Yeah.
How does Susan Rice plan to do that? Well, going forward, she
By
announced is that the
killing all the white people.
Communities.
Oops.
Now, Susan Rice's speech was carried live by many news outlets. But as far as we know, not a single one of them paused to ask what exactly she was talking about. And they should have. The federal government is, above all, an enormous printing press that manufactures U.S. currency. It dispenses trillions of dollars every year.
Yeah.
According to Rice, much of that money will now be distributed on the basis of equity. That means it will go to people who do not possess, quote, privilege. So let's get very specific about what that means. What precisely is
Once
privilege?
again, so this is exactly what I was talking about. You know, when the scales are like this, oh, that's fine. That's the natural order. When someone comes along and tries to put the scales like this, it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. It's like, weren't you just saying we're all children of fucking God and we all deserve to be treated equally? You know what I mean? We all deserve equal treatment. We all deserve equal rights.
Can privilege be measured? If so, how exactly are we measuring it? Can we see the privilege formula? We should see it, because a huge amount turns on the definition of this word. Some Americans won't get jobs because it's been...
No, it doesn't. No, it fucking doesn't. Nothing turns on the definition of that word, because whatever fucking law is passed or whatever order is signed, it's not just going to say, like, we're going to give money to those who have privilege or those who don't have privilege. It's not just going to say that and leave privilege up to interpretation. If it's fucking passed in a law or signed as an executive order, whatever the case may be based on whatever legislation we're talking about, then it's going to outline exactly who gets what money. And then you can make a specific argument about that. But it's not just going to say, there's not going to be something signed in the law that says, like, we going to give money to those who don't have enough privilege. There's not going to be any such fucking law. There's not going to be any fucking buddy whose, like, job it is to, like, dole out money based on their fucking personal interpretation of this that's nowhere committed to paper. So this is bullshit.
Been decided they have too much privilege. Others won't get into college or get promoted or win federal contracts. Others will see their neighborhoods change dramatically.
Oh, I'm starting to see the strings again. Starting to see the strings again. Be afraid. Oh, you better be afraid. Ooh, your grandkids won't go to college because they're too privileged. Oh! And yet, when a candidate runs on the platform of making sure everyone can go to college, is Tucker Carlson there to defend everyone's right to go to college? No, he's there to tear that candidate down. You know? It's like, oh, they're going to get to decide who can do this and who can go to college and who can qualify for this. And yet when a candidate runs for office saying that he wants to give all that shit to everybody, is Tucker Carlson on that guy's side? Nope. He sure the fuck isn't. All of a sudden, he doesn't care whether you can go to college or not. So if you can't go to college because you're too privileged, which, how would that happen? Because if you're fucking too privileged to qualify for the money, then you're probably able to actually pay for fucking college. Or at least you fucking should be. And if you can't, then that's fucked up. It's fucked up if there's a gap between what the government will subsidize. If there's like, here's what government will subsidize to go to college, and here's how much it costs to go to college, and there's this big gap of people that's left out, that fucking sucks. But you know what? There was a guy who came along with some policies to solve exactly that fucking problem, and you know what? This piece of pig shit was against that guy vehemently, virulently, powerfully, and strongly. So, Tucker, would you mind shutting your fucking sewer of a pie hole, bitch, please? Maybe you could shut the fuck up. And all you Tucker stands out there, ooh, ooh, ooh. You know how much that bothers me? About this much. I don't know. Did I look bothered? That was just my face. I just thought about you giving it a thumbs down and showed you what my face looked like. I'm not trying to put on airs. I'm not trying to fucking do an expression. This is what I think. This is what my face looks like when I think about your thumbs down. So I don't know. Does that look bothered? Maybe it does. I don't feel bothered. I feel like I don't give a shit. If you like this, if you think this is worth a fuck, then yeah, I want you to thumbs me down. I want you to signal to the world, I like Tucker. I don't agree with people who don't like Tucker. Because if you agree with Tucker, basically all that thumbs down says to me is like, I'm an idiot. I'm fucking stupid. Disregard me. Disregard my fucking opinion, thanks. I wish I could see a list of you when you fucking come and down vote. So I could be like, here's all the people I never need to take seriously because they agree with Tucker fucking Carlson. This pathetic man, this inconsistent man, this guy who believes something new every week. Who's, of course masks work. Masks don't work. Of course masks work. Masks don't work. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm a fake. I'm a fraud. I don't believe in anything. I'll say whatever I need to say today to make you mad and scared. Because that's what Fox News really does. Fear, 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 fear. And they leave it on. All these fucking people, they leave it on in their houses. You've seen these old people. They have it on there. It's just low volume, just low brawl. Fear, 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 fear. Broadcasting nonstop, 24/7 in their houses. And then they're, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. Bernie Sanders. I don't know about that AOC. I don't know about all these new terms cropping up. I don't know about this privilege. I don't know about this. You know what we gotta do? We gotta vote for a strong American man. We gotta vote for Donald J. Trump. Dun, 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 dun. I grab him by the pussy. He's a great American. He's a great American. Fuck them Mexicans. Oh, yes. Hail to the chieftain. He's so amazing. Oh, he makes me feel safe. He makes me feel like he's against the fear, the forces of terror. Fox News. Fear, 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 pumping into their fucking heads. Fear, 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 fear. And they're not even afraid of the shit they should be afraid of. The planet's dying. There's a pandemic. It's killing a lot of people. Transgender person wants to use the same bathroom as you. Fear, 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 fear. We gotta stop this. This is the destruction of all that we know. This is the destruction of all that we hold sacred. Oh my God, 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 oh my God. Conservatives are fear and Fix. Strongman fix. Scary. Strong. Kill scary. You strong. Kill scary. No more scary. When strong beat scary away. We're going to take this country back. Oh, so you're very afraid. You're a very fucking cowardly person. What? No, I'm a brave patriot here to take this country back from them what stole it. Talk about the billionaires, talk about the fucking lobbyist groups. Nope. Talking about the gays and the Mexicans. It's like, oh, fuck me. Oh, fucking hell, bro. Whew. And then we get to hear about this is the only place where you can hear the truth. This is the only place where freedom still exists. We, Fox News, are the last bastion of freedom and truth in a world gone mad. Fuck me. No, you're not.
Because of their privilege. They'll tell
all you are is
true,
fear propaganda to make people stupid and weak.
The rest of us
That's all you are. That's all you are, you empty fucking suit. That's all you are.
Who's getting rewarded, who's getting punished, and why? We don't have to ask politely. We're American citizens. This is our government, no matter who we voted for.
Be afraid.
For it. So we can
hey, everybody, it's me, Tucker Carlson.
An answer. But of course, there isn't an answer. That's
continue sounding the alarm and make sure that they're
Oopsie.
Contract.
Where's the fucking fire? It is. Hey guys, it's me, Tucker Carlson. Just want to make sure you're afraid of everything and everyone. You need to be afraid of the socialists, the blacks, the communists, the Jews, everybody. I mean, we really need to be fucking very scared right now, everybody. And even though we're afraid of the Jews, I do want to say that we still want to support Israel because that's the thing. Because it says in the Bible, and we're all created by God, and God will judge us all. And God believes whatever I believe, and he believes whatever you believe. And these other people, they're trying to take God away. They're trying to take what you believe away. They're trying to take all your good stuff away. They're trying to give all your good stuff to some people who are a few shades darker than you, if you know what I'm saying. So you need to be afraid. You need to be very fucking afraid. Okay. That's great, Tucker. Wonderful stuff. Really love it.
You see those efforts all around you now. Never in American history has there been press censorship on this scale.
Oh, never?
As we noted at the top, Fox News is the last significant media organization remaining in this country that allows its employees to tell obvious truths in public.
Like what? Give me an example, Tuck.
The rest of them have been muzzled or shut down completely. The last to go was the social media site Parler, which was created as a free speech alternative to the Silicon Valley monopolies like Twitter and Facebook. A few weeks ago, those very same monopolies pulled it right off the internet. Parler no longer exists. When the history of this period is written...
Yeah, ooh, wow. Kind of sucks when the capitalist system that you've sucked the cock of your entire life turns against you, huh? Maybe we shouldn't have given those giant corporations that much power, huh? I don't know. Man, Fox News video sucks. It just keeps wanting to fucking skip to something else, so whatever. Let's watch this Steven Crowder shit, huh? This might be funny. Well, it's Steven Crowder, so no, it's not going to be funny. I forgot. Louder with Crowder. Oh, my God. Come on. Got it.
Tech Apply. Our Mug Club warriors are outnumbered and exhausted, but it is not fear that grips them, only a heightened sense of things. Cool air in their lungs.
God. Oh, no. God, you guys, no. Guys, no. Okay.
The wind sweeping the plugs which stand atop the head of the professor.
Yeah, plural monopolies is kind of a funny thing to go to the Tucker segment again.
Victor, the former vice president and would-be God King, sits atop his throne as he speaks to an undefeated foe.
Crowder, despite your insufferable arrogance, the God King has come to admire your fighting spirit and...
Didn't you guys unironically call Trump the God Emperor? So... No one fucking feels this way about Biden, okay? Like, people settled for Biden. Trump was the one who was, like, deified, so whatever.
Your mugs. You could make a mighty ally, man, even in light of your continued insults. Your horrid hate speech blasphemies. The Lord of Hosts is prepared to forgive all and more to reward your service.
Wow. So the rumors of Steven Crowder being gay are totally true. This just cements that. Because he could have his choice of any fucking fantasy scenario, and he's like, you know what I'd like to fucking see myself as? A big, buff, shirtless dude hanging out with 299 other big, buff, shirtless dudes. Okay. And just, like, look at him. I mean, come on.
You fight for your channel, man. Keep it. You fight for your whole thing. Keep them too. Your victory
This Biden impersonator is kind of funny. I will give it that.
will be complete if you but lay down your arms and kneel.
Should have kept the glasses on. Had way more of a Biden vibe.
For your holy former vice president.
Actually, it should be bow to your president, right? So, oh, well, I guess probably Crowder's like got some kind of like, Crowder says he has a bisexual past. He confirmed he was gay. Yeah, I guess yesterday would be the past, right? That's technically true. Like any moment that you're not sucking a dick in the present, you could say like, you know, in the past, I have been bisexual, you know. Like just before the show, for instance, you know, when I was sucking off the entire cast and crew of my show, you know, that would be an instance of my bisexuality, for instance. Wow, guys, Steven Crowder is so epic, huh? Like, wow, I didn't know how epic Steven Crowder, like, truly was until I saw this, you know? And then I realized, like, wow, man, Steven Crowder is like Leonidas, you know? Standing with the 300 Spartans against fucking King Xerxes and shit, man. That's what Steven Crowder is like in my mind. You know what I mean? Now that I see this. Are you fucking serious, bro? Oh, God. I mean, I guess it's supposed to be funny. I don't know if it's funny for the reason that he thinks it's funny. I don't know. So if Joe Biden and Steven Crowder ever actually cross paths, this is how it would go. Steven Crowder would be like, "It's me, Joe, your arch nemesis, Steven Crowder." And Joe Biden would be like, "Who's that, Jack? I don't know nothing. Get out of my way, sonny." That'd be about it. Because believe it or not, Joe Biden does not look at Steven Crowder as like his great rival. You know? If I fucking said the name of Steven Crowder to Joe Biden, the chances of me sensing even a fucking glimmer of recognition in Joe Biden's eyes is fucking zero. All right? It's fucking zero. Zero. the part where they all die? Is that going to happen here? Because, Quamaplock? What? Quantum Black? What? I'm going to try one more time. I'm going to really fucking pay close goddamn attention. Maybe the closed caption can get it. Quantum Blank. Quada blap. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I maybe you should have subtitled that. So wait, you're going to give Joe Biden a microphone? I don't get it. That doesn't even make sense. Okay. I guess the I guess the message is that Crowder's going to hurt Joe Biden with his speech. Oh my God. Oh no. Oh man. So all the other dudes' faces that got like photoshopped in, they look like, you know, hey, I get it. It's like part of the joke and shit, but Steven Crowder is like totally like into this and taking this fucking serious as fuck, man. This is Man Cow. What? Returns February 1st at 10 a.m. You guys. Oh my God, he's coming back. 10 a.m. ET, man. Fucking hell yeah, dude, he's back. Crowder's back, you guys. He's so fucking epic. Look at all the people buying in this too. 83,000 fucking sad fucking upvotes, man. Yeah. Let me see what. Oh, I gotta read the comments. Hey, we're an absolute normal channel. Just a little bit of talking and stuff. Brings random Hollywood quality. Yeah, dude. It's almost like he's funded by a bunch of super rich people. Oh, wait. Crowder's Pops is going to be a lot busier in the skits now that Joe Biden is in office. Okay, that was hilarious and surprisingly encouraging. But I'd like to take a moment to appreciate the ridiculously good acting from everyone. It was almost too good. That's what I was thinking. I was like, oh my God, it's too fucking good. It's almost too good. The only problem is this ain't a parody no more. Was it ever? Let's all be honest. This production is through the roof. Yeah, because it's Zack Snyder's production of 300 with some faces photoshopped on top of it, right? So, yeah. Like most of the heavy lifting was done for them on this one, guys. Gerald was fucking hilarious and Garrett was legendary. God King. That is how the Democratic Party wants us to treat their presidents. Once again, you guys literally called Trump the Geotis for God Emperor of the United States of America. I know that it kind of started tongue-in-cheek, but you guys started taking it seriously, as evidenced by the fact that you tried to literally overturn the results of the election to keep him in office. And you fucking even like wore shirts about like, first Trump's going to be president, then Ivanka's going to be president, then Eric's going to be president. You know, it's like, what the fuck? Okay, whatever. But the Democrats are the ones who are fucking worshiping at the Joe Biden altar, sure. I lost it when he called out quarter black. Okay, so I guess if I knew what that was in reference to, I would have fucking maybe understood what he said. Quarter black. Let me see. What does that mean? Quarter black ancestry. I am 1/4 black. Okay, I get it. So he said quarter black. He's obviously like referencing someone who he doesn't feel is black enough, I guess. Okay. I think this is Gerald's most Oscar-worthy role yet. Yeah. Fact check. 100% historically accurate. Blah, 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 blah. Man, I can't believe these people are eating this up, man. Yeah, bro. All right, well, allow me to be one of the fucking downvotes then, because I thought it was pretty fucking cringe. So's this.
And I think that's what Trump essentially did, except on the homosexual issue, which I think is his biggest mistake. And I think is the reason why he lost the election. I think that, he defied God on a...
Yeah, maybe that could be it. So, yeah, did Trump lose the election because he defied God? No. He lost the election because he got less votes in the places where he needed them to come. Because, see, the way our electoral system works, it's not a perfect democracy because we have these stupid fucking electoral college rules and shit, but the way our elections work, we break it down by like precincts and then states, and then each state has a certain number of electors and shit, and blah, blah, blah. It's a boring civics lesson. But what does not happen in our elections is God does not decide. That's what does not happen. At no point do we have our vote and then turn to the sky and say, okay, we've had our vote, so we've had our say. Now let's see what God thinks. That doesn't happen. It's pretty much decided entirely by us. And the people of this country, by a narrow margin, grant you, did not want more Trump. So that's why we don't have more Trump. Gotcha? Got it? Okay, cool. So that's why God had literally nothing to do with it. God doesn't happen to exist, but even if he did exist, he didn't actually impact or affect this at all in any way, shape, or form. Certainly didn't care about the gay issue whatsoever, by the way.
Fundamental tenet of the Bible. Oh
yeah, that's why it's one of the 10 Commandments. Wait, it's not. That's why Jesus preached it ad nauseum. Oh wait, he didn't. There's one fucking admonition of homosexuality, like one clear admonition of homosexuality in the entire Bible. It takes place in Leviticus, the same book that says not to wear polyester, not to fucking plant wheat and barley in the same fucking furrow, and a bunch of other crazy shit. There's lots of fucking wild, out there, crazy goddamn rules in Leviticus. I think that's the same one that says that if you fucking break the Sabbath, you should be killed. So if you work on Sunday, you deserve to die. So yeah, the Bible has one fucking admonition of homosexuality in a book full of rules that literally every Christian disobeys. And yet somehow, according to this guy, it's one of the cornerstones of the fucking Bible. No, it's not. That's just any fucking buddy who says that. Anybody who says that anti-homosexual sentiment is a cornerstone of the Bible is full of shit. Because it's not. There's only one clear admonition in the whole book. There's a few others that could be maybe interpreted as that, but it's certainly not all over the place, and you certainly would not read the book and get the idea that that's like a cornerstone of Christianity. Cornerstones of Christianity would be like, love thy neighbor as you love yourself, and fucking be charitable, and, respect the fucking commandments and shit, that kind of stuff. And, ask forgiveness from Jesus and accept Jesus into your heart. That's the kind of stuff that's fucking really pushed in the Bible. There's barely a fucking word about homosexuality in the whole fucking book. There's not a word about abortion, except for a few instances where the Bible actually seems to kind of support abortion. And yet these Christians, they act like the main thrust of the fucking Bible is we hate gays. Gays are bad and abortion is bad. There's barely any scriptural evidence that gays are bad. Certainly not a fucking major theme in the book. And there's no evidence whatsoever goddamn ever that abortion is bad in that fucking book. They can't fucking ask them to fucking quote you chapter and verse. Where in the fucking book does it say it? They can't. They can't fucking find it. It's not there. There's a fucking a few parts of the book that actually seem to support abortion. I could fucking it'd be an aside to go look it up now, but it's fucking there. You could fucking just find it. Bible supports abortion in your Google fucking search or whatever. It shouldn't take you too long to fucking uncover it for yourselves if you wanna.
Never repented of it. Doubled down on it, and if any one thing could be said, why, if Donald Trump was, as I believe, God's man in the White House for 4 years.
See, this is the problem. He was not God's man in the White House. God doesn't have a man in the White House. God doesn't decide who the fucking president is. The fucking electorate does. If you think God decides, then don't even bother. Here's the challenge for all you Christians, okay? All you Christians who believe that God chooses the president, who believe that God wants your conservative Christian person to be president, if you believe that God selects and the electors have nothing to do with it, the electorate has nothing to do with it, then stay fucking home and pray. Stay home every November fucking 4th, every election cycle, stay home and pray for your candidate and see if he wins. He's not gonna, and he won't, because who decides the fucking election. It's the fucking people who go vote. It's the people who show up and pull the fucking lever or press the button or what the fuck ever. Now, I have my criticisms of our system, but that's how the fuck it works, okay? At no point does God decide, unless Wall Street's God, in which case you might have a better, more compelling case.
Why did God not preserve him? Because if God had given him favor, nothing that mankind could have done could have removed him from that.
See, here's the problem.
They tried for.
When you try to, here's the problem, guys. When you fucking start with a ridiculous premise that God chose Trump, and then you realize Trump lost re-election, you have to fucking, you can't say God chose Biden because you guys don't like Biden and you think that God is going to be beholden to your opinions for some fucking reason. Even though he supposedly works in mysterious ways, so he very well could have chosen Biden if he does in fact choose people. But he didn't choose Biden. He didn't choose Trump. He doesn't exist. And so look how much more sense this makes. God chose Trump, but Trump wasn't good enough, even though he was chosen by God. So God didn't put him in there for another 4 years. Even though it was God's choice to fucking begin with, and really anything Trump did wrong is on God. But forget about that. Trump was too keen on the gays. He was too nice to the gay people, even though he really wasn't. And actually, they're a bunch of anti-fucking gay shit. But for fucking the sake of argument, he was too nice to the gays. And so God did not bless him with re-election. Well, why did God bless Obama with re-election? Why did God let Obama be president twice? You guys hate Obama. You clearly think he's of the devil. So why did God allow that? Why did God allow Biden in? Don't you think even if Trump is too weak on the gays, wouldn't God still prefer Trump? Right? Your conservative Christian God, wouldn't he still rather Trump than Biden? Right? So, even God is subject to the lesser of two evils argument, is he not? What's his response? Maybe you guys can provide that. You know what makes a lot more sense? The electorate decides. The electorate chose Trump. The electorate rejected Trump. Then you don't have to invoke this fucking crazy plot where it's like, oh, well, this happened and then that, God decided this, and don't have to sit there fucking psychoanalyzing. Think about the pomposity of these motherfuckers. Sitting there trying to interpret the fucking will of God as two fucking men. Like, you honestly believe that the entire universe in all of its beauty and complexity and grandeur and all that bullshit was created by one fucking intellect? One supreme intellect that rules over all of the cosmos, and that you understand his will? You fucking two chuckle fucks get where his head's at? Come on, guys. Even, honestly, I would sooner believe in God, me, the amazing atheist, I would sooner accept that there is a God than accept that you two could fucking psychoanalyze him and figure him out. I think it's actually more likely that God exists than you two would have any idea what he's fucking thinking.
4 years. They tried for 4 years. And yet the one thing that he did during that time that would virtually guarantee God's favor from being removed was to put his own personal stamp of approval on behavior that God condemns in the harshest.
But then Biden approves of that behavior even more strongly. So why would God decide on that? You know what I'm saying? Like, if God is like, hey, Trump has failed me because he's too nice to the gays, why would he then put into power someone who's even nicer to the gays? Wouldn't God find like the most virulent fucking Fred Phelps fucking homophobic piece of shit possible and put that person in the presidency since it's just God's choice? Like, I don't get the logic here, guys. God chooses until he doesn't.
Just possible terms in the Bible, which is specifically male homosexuality. It's homosexuality generally, but the condemnation is specific to male homosexuality. And Trump fully endorsed and backed and applauded Grinnell.
Wait a minute, you wearing a mixed fabric fucking shirt there, buddy? You're in defiance of God's law. You're going to hell. You're going straight to fucking hell, dog. You're also bearing false witness and speaking for God, so, you know.
And as much as I admire what Grinnell's loyalty and the things that he did in standing up for Trump in those battles, he nevertheless was an outspoken advocate for the central doctrine of the progressive movement, which is queer theory.
Central doctrine? I don't know about that. Oh, blah, blah, blah. What's next? Oh, Sargon of Akkad, this chick. I don't know. I think we're good. I think I'm good. I think I'm out of hope. I think I can fucking say adieu to this. I've been doing this for 3 hours now. Some change, 3 hours, 40 minutes. Thank you guys for watching. I always like to talk to you guys a little bit before I fucking head out, but I am letting you know that I'm wrapping this up. Do the Sargon video next time, maybe. Or maybe I'll just do it as a regular Amazing Atheist video over the course of the week. But I think I'm running out of steam here. Do Sargon. No, not happening. I mean, I'll do it later. I'll do it later. Fuck off with that. Come on. No. No. Fuck you. I've done enough. I'm good. Sargon. No. Bad chat. Bad. I've been doing this for 3 hours and 40 minutes, you guys. Come on. I went through fucking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 fucking things today. You know? Wouldn't you rather I come at Sargon's fucking video fresh? Wouldn't you rather I fucking be like, hey, I'm fucking fresh out the gate, ready to fucking go? That kind of shit, you know what I mean? I'm not sleepy. I just want to fucking chill. Just want to fucking chill out, man. I want to watch some TV and shit. I want to smoke a fucking joint, watch a little TV, maybe eat some crackers. I don't know. That kind of stuff. You still have hope? You still have fucking hope? Well, fucking piece. Yeah, you fucking pieces of shit. All right, let's fucking take a look.
AOC tweeted out something extreme, if you can believe it. Congress, she says.
She tweeted out something fucking extreme, huh? If only we can't all be moderates like you, I guess, you know?
Where am I looking? Oh, yeah. Congress must pass a resolution to investigate for sanctions.
I like the setup, though, you know? It's a little too rigid, though. See, you know, his chair's cool, but, like, then he's got this tacky-ass plant behind him and shit. That's tacky. Well, let's just make this fucking full screen, right? He's got this tacky-ass, like, ivy shit behind him, and he's got the fucking British fucking flag, which is cringe, by the way. I got my wife's painting back here. Nice fucking painting. A lot of fucking stuff back there. That's painted by my beautiful, lovely wife, Chelsea. Fucking subscribe to her YouTube channel, Chelsea the Imp. She does a stream here and there. She also got an Instagram and shit. But yeah, man. She painted that shit. You know, I think my fucking painting beats the shit out of the fucking Union Jack or whatever the fuck you guys call your flag. I think it does. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Cool mic, though. What's that mic? It's good quality.
Expulsion any member of Congress.
Yeah, it's rich. What are you using for that?
We helped incite this attack on our nation. Our republic is in great danger.
Plants are good. I mean, yeah, like a real plant is good, but like this fucking fake shit is not good. And it's like, why is it so square too? It's like that to me that defeats the purpose of it being a fucking plant. Like a plant should have like freedom and expressionist movement and shit. This is just like, here is plant square. It's like, I don't like it. But whatever. You know, I'm not here to criticize his decorating ability. You know, he can decorate his fucking shit how he wants.
Danger and is imperiled further without swift action to protect it. The president incited an attack on Congress. He's deeply unstable. The cabinet must invoke the 25th Amendment. To be honest with you, this is sounding very much like the burning of the Reichstag to me. This is the sort of response I'd expect Hitler to have come out with.
Yep. AOC is Hitler. AOC is Hitler. AOC is Hitler all day long. This is like the burning of the Reichstag. This is like Hitler, you guys. Dude, a xenophobic, isolationist, far right-wing movement that wants to fucking pin all of our social ills on minorities and fucking restore like traditional values and shit, that would describe A, Nazis, and B, the alt-right, and C, just the plain old right, and D, all these MAGA folk. So, yeah, I think that if there's going to be Nazi comparisons to be made, I think we all know what the honest comparison is, and it ain't fucking AOC, all right? I'm sorry. It's a stretch for me.
When the,
purge the opposition.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, that's what he did. He banned all left-wing parties.
Yeah. I know.
Who the fuck is that?
And she's...
I guess that's the other eater of lotuses. What is a fucking lotus eater? Is that like a fucking term? Do I need to look this up? Lotus eater. See, all these other fucking podcasters and shit, they actually come up with like reasons for their names, you know? This is from Greek mythology. Like when I named my podcast, it was like Drunken Peasants. Why? I don't know. Deep Fat Fried. Why? I don't know. See, these people, they actually think about these names. So this is, they're referencing Greek mythology. Hey, Abandoned Hope is referencing something. Fuck yeah. That's fucking, Dante and shit. I don't know fucking what his first name is, but Dante. Fucking Abandon Hope, all ye who enter here and shit. I know a little bit about that shit. A little bit. Not much, obviously. Lotus Eater, a member of a people represented by Homer as living in a state of dreamy forgetfulness and idleness as a result of eating the fruit of the lotus plant. A person who spends their time indulging in pleasure and luxury rather than dealing with practical concerns. Kind of a weird name for your fucking political podcast. Someone who's just like airy and doesn't give a shit, you know? Like, I don't fucking care. I'm just here for pleasure, baby. Suck my dick while I drink this bottle of wine, you know? That's like a lotus eater, right? That's what it sounds like. You guys are like, I think AOC's Hitler's. Don't seem to match, man. You might want to think of a different name. Different name for the old podcast, right? Because it seems like it has a very different connotation than what's going on here. Like, my show is called Abandon Hope because I make myself watch videos and content that make me want to abandon hope in the species. And, you found yourself there, so. Right.
He's like, right, purge the opposition.
Ban all MAGA.
Yeah, ban all MAGA. Yeah, exactly. Congress must also pursue impeachment and removal of the president. It's like, look, I'm not saying that you guys set this up. What I'm saying is, how did they get access so easily, and why were the police so cooperative?
I'm just asking questions here, you guys. Look, I'm not saying anything. I'm not saying that Carl Benjamin fucks dogs, mate. I'm just saying, how do we know that he doesn't fuck dogs? How do we know that dogs aren't being fucked by Carl Benjamin right now? How do we know that? We don't know. I think it's important that we ask these questions about what's going on with Carl Benjamin and this dog fucking situation, which I'm not saying is happening, but, it's like, what? Like, this is just like, if you're going to say something's happening, say it's happening. Like, don't fucking be like, I ain't saying this, but, let me ask some questions that strongly imply it. Just fucking come out and say it, right? Just come out and say, like, hey, I think this shit was fishy, man. I feel like maybe they were let in. I'm not sure, but I feel like maybe that's what happened. I'd be more honest than this, like, I'm not saying it, but here's a bunch of fucking questions that let you know that I really am saying it. Like, why are you talking in code and shit? Just fucking say what you mean, man.
That's a question I wanted to ask, because
why are you making this out to be worse than it obviously is?
I mean, even with a layman's understanding of security, there would have been someone listening to Trump's speech to hear what he was saying.
Yeah.
And when he mentioned you guys afterwards should go march on the Congress, be peaceful, but go and march there.
Yeah.
He should have immediately thought, right, we need more officers at the Congress to make sure no one goes in.
I mean, he didn't say storm the...
Right. So the fact that there wasn't enough boots, the fact that it wasn't the fucking the Capitol was so unprotected is proof that they wanted the Capitol attacked so that they could justify this, that, and the other thing. It's like, why? They already fucking won the election. They don't gain anything from the fucking Capitol being fucking attacked, because there's plenty of fucking right-wingers who support that shit. There's plenty of right-wingers who are like, that's our Capitol, goddamn right, we have the right to attack it. So you set the fucking precedent, like, at best, why would they set a precedent that now the Capitol being raided is a thing? Because if it happened once, it can surely happen again. And they've set the precedent that it can happen. So, like, why would the people who work in the Capitol want that to be an established precedent? I mean, we've already seen posts online of fucking MAGA people being like, you saw what we did the first time. Well, just wait till next time. Like, they're unambiguously out there fucking saying that shit. Just wait till the next time. Wait till the next time when we're armed. Why would the fucking Democrats want to create artificially that situation? I don't think anyone benefits from this. I don't think anyone in government benefits from the destabilization of their own government. Okay? I don't think Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and fucking her ilk are so stupid that they think like, well, if we destabilize the government, people like me, AOC, will naturally rise to the top. From humble bartender to God Empress of America in one fell swoop. Thanks, equivalent of the Reichstag. Come on, dude. No. Silly fucking ideas. All right. So that's what Sargon's about, I guess. Not really worth much fucking brain power there, but whatever. Like I said, you guys could have got a better response to that. You guys could have got one that would have been a little bit more thorough, a little bit more passionate. But you wanted it now. You wanted that instant gratification. So you got the fucking shitty bottom of the barrel, scraping the bottom of the old energy well fucking response to it. So that's what you fucking get, all right? That's because you fucking pushed me, man. Anywho, thanks for fucking tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Love each and every one of you. And, yeah. think it's time to wrap this old son of a bitch up, right? This has been Abandon Hope. I've been the Amazing Atheist, aka TJ Kirk. Peace the fuck out.